Hey.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey. All right. Alina's here. Let's begin. So, dungeon keeping.
No, hi. How is your week going?
No.
How are you been?
It's 4:02.
We don't care. Into the game.
We're going to get to business.
Let's get down.
All right. Dungeon keeping. Item number 1. Oh yeah, cantrips. Scratch what I said about being able to hold cantrips like Vicious Mockery and Firebolt, because I forgot that you actually just can't hold actions outside of combat anyway, so that wouldn't work, if you know what I'm referring to. With the, so I just jumped right into it, but now I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. With the hex traveling, when you can like select that that action that lets you like hold like a cantrip, it would have to be, I think, a cantrip that would create like a condition rather than an actual attack. I also refreshed on how cover affects Fireball, because I used to know that, but apparently I didn't in that last session. So half cover gives like +2 to AC and Dex saves, and 3/4 cover gives +5 to AC and Dex saves. So it would have that werebore in the Demon Grinder would have had like +5 on its Dex save against that Fireball.
So there was a chance it could have survived.
Yes, so we're going to go back and rerun last week's session. No. Okay. Okay, tiny hut on a moving object. There's a little bit of discussion about this on the internet. I'm just thinking that going forward, I will just say that basically if the base can fit on the object, then it can work. So it's got to be, it's like a 20 foot, like a 10 foot radius, 20 foot diameter. So it'd have to be like bigger than that. So probably not on the Devil's Ride. And also the acid rain. I was like rethinking the acid rain. I'm thinking that it probably wouldn't have any damage to. Actually, I was going to say it wouldn't have any damage to those in the Demon Grinder, but then I just posted that image of that Demon Grinder, and that doesn't look like it has a roof, does it? All right, we'll stick to the reduced damage. But I am going to say that maybe it will begin to corrode from the acid rain, because I hadn't thought of that. Somebody asked me if it would damage it, and I like that idea.
Wait, no, I didn't mean to give you any ideas. That wasn't me.
That happens a lot, actually. This is an evil I have not considered. Okay. So, you have hex-crawled your way from the wreckage of the battle that you fought with Ragadraga and the Gorguts gang. Whom actually, I don't think you know that they're called the Gorguts gang. Perhaps you surmise that they might be.
We just guessed.
There's just like a random scrawl of graffiti on the Demon Grinder that calls themselves called Property of the Gorguts.
That makes sense, actually, because it had like some spray paint of Zariel's symbol crossed out on one side, so maybe on the other side it says like Gorguts gang.
Gee.
So you hex crawled your way from that wreck towards where you think on the map should be the Tower of and along the way it began raining acid on you. You also encountered some enormous chains half buried in the sands of the Avernian wastes that look like they've been there for some time. They've been kind of sundered, and you don't know what their purpose was, but they kind of look similar to the ones that were chaining Elturel. And then, because of the acid rain and the difficulty of seeing in this environment, you became a little bit lost, and you found yourselves at what you think is the lake where the Tower of is, without intending to go directly there. And you've come upon it, and everyone's eaten for the day already, so we don't need to do that. The acid rain keeps pouring down, and you're in this sort of rocky, craggy environment. It's It's very overcast and dark. It's practically like nighttime. And you can see that these kind of grey rocks and cliffs descend towards this blood-red lake. And as the acid hits this lake, you can see all this steam and smoke rising from the lake. And you also notice that the turbulence of the lake's surface is very strong, stronger than what you might expect from just this acid rain hitting it. Almost like it's bubbling or perhaps boiling. And at this point, Kenway, who has been scouting, riding around on the hills on the Devil's Ride, kind of checking the perimeter, returns from the previous shift. And so, what do you do?
So from that description, you're basically saying I can't go swimming.
Well, you might be able to go swimming once.
Yeah. You may have your last swim.
Okay, alright, noted.
The last swim. Oh, Angelo, I think you're on mute. I haven't heard your lovely voice today. In fact, you've been on mute from the beginning, just in case you said anything enormously witty and wondered why nobody laughed.
I think you should just say it again right now, but without the context that you originally said it in.
Bananas? What?
I just thought you were like eating or something. Like, had some breakfast pastries.
Okay, give him a sec. All right, so what does everyone else do at
Okay,
this point? Oh,
lovely tones.
there we go.
I was wondering why everyone was ignoring me, talking over the top.
Yeah, I just thought it was because I noticed you were eating something, so I just thought it was because of that. So
Look.
that's why I wasn't like.
I'm not gonna lie, I did start eating, and it was a breakfast pastry.
Okay, it
I was just
happens to me
asking.
all the time.
Yeah, I was just asking. Does Alina see like a tire and a rope hanging from a tree, like a swing, into the lake?
No, you don't see any signs
Okay.
of life. It's barren here. It looks like nobody has come here for some time.
How many shifts have we had today? Sorry. I don't think I had that noted down.
I believe that was the end of the first shift. So we're now starting the second. Oh no.
Oh.
This is. Well, yeah, because there's no day because it's just basically dusk the entire time. But this is the beginning of the next shift.
Okay, so this is shift number 2.
This is. Well, yeah, you don't. It's hard to say.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know which shift is 1, but it's just the next shift. But I think
Okay.
it's the second shift after since you woke up.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Across the lake, do we see any signs of a tower, of structures?
You can't see basically further than the point that you're on unless you take some kind of action or do some sort of activity that would let you. So
Okay.
you just stare across the lake to see if you can see anything, and the lake just seems to stretch on into the darkness. It looks like a never-ending lake of blood-red liquid.
So then, we should probably do some sort of surveyor activity and have like an active shift if we want to look for the tower. Yes?
Yeah.
So I've changed the hex crawl stuff so that it is now just kind of descriptive. And it should make it a lot easier to just decide what you want to do based on just what sounds good rather than thinking about all the mechanics. I hid them under the hood because they're all broken.
Oh, I like rumor gatherer. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea from just the map how big this lake is?
Trying to think if you're able to determine. You could give me maybe a survival check to see if you can kind of think about the distance that you've traveled so far and sort of compare it to the map from what you can see on the map. But you otherwise don't have any kind of any key or anything that gives you specific distances, so it's hard for you to tell. But you could give me a survival check if you wanted to try.
Would I know that Mahkah and his infinite map wisdom would be better than I am, and could I ask him to do that instead? Maybe I could help with that instead.
I was also going to ask, can we see Altrel from here, or is
No.
it pretty much okay?
Yeah, far that it disappeared into the distance long ago.
Okay.
Oh, are you waiting to make a? Hey, I can see my house from. Oh,
No, I was hoping that Mahkah can actually start. If he's got like 2 points of origin, and he knows that it's one of the woods that he's heading towards, then he can actually start orientating himself. Like he knows the Knucklebone and he knows Altarel, and from those points he can like start to work out which way he was heading.
Yeah, if you want to give
a point
me
of reference.
give me a survival check, and depending on whether Ethel is helping you or just calling upon you to do this work.
I mean, I would try to help. I don't know if I'd be very much help.
I mean, you're not really. You're not proficient in survival, are you?
No.
Okay, maybe Mahkah will just have to intercede and take over these mapping duties.
Flat
so
roll?
yeah, give me a flat roll.
Oh.
It's difficult for you to estimate the size of this
I
lake.
was actually excited. I thought it was a 20. I'm like,
Oh. Can I survey?
Yeah, so if you want to start picking actions, just post them in the chat.
I will continue to scout for the next action, since I'm the one with the most health during this acid rain storm we're stuck in. It's gonna
can
be
I
fun.
assist JL surveying?
Okay.
I was just typing that.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. I jumped.
Nope, you're good. Can I survey too somewhere else? Like a different vantage point?
No, not really.
Okay, just wondering. Like a different direction.
Yeah, probably not. It's just kind of one activity
Okay.
and one assistant. I'm also just going to roll some dice. But yeah, just make sure you post your chosen activity in the chat so I can kind of go through them.
Alina, if you want to assist, I can choose something else. That's okay.
I'm just trying to just see what I, other than taking a nap and being lazy. Maybe I'll just
as
do. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I was
you're
gonna
good.
say Batcat is dead right now, right? I think.
I think so.
Okay. Then maybe I'll re-summon Batcat, because I was just, if I know this isn't one of the actual activities, but maybe it could be Surveyor-esque. Is can I send Batcat out to explore?
Yeah, so you-
remember. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can use the concentrator activity to also be a
Gotcha.
surveyor. If you
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha. I didn't see that.
But also remember, we're in the middle of an acid storm that tends to whittle people down if they're not under protective cover.
Or is there still acid rain?
Yep, it's still pouring with rain.
All right. So I'll summon Batcat and then unsummon Batcat into the void. So Batcat can be summoned easily, but will not immediately die.
And what form is Batcat this time?
I think it's since I'm actively thinking about flying, the infernal chicken would be a horrific choice. So a bat cat again.
Okay. And what were you doing, Mahkah?
So I was just waiting. Is Ethel? Is that the shelter seeker one that you're about to use with Batcat? Sorry, I missed that.
No, Ethel's.
No, I was gonna I wanted to look for the tower with Batcat, just maybe further than we could see. But I'm gonna assist Kenway instead scouting.
I'll do the shelter seeker.
Okay. All right. So.
Now I'm thinking there's probably no tracks because it's raining. Damn rain. Why didn't you remind me?
Don't blame me for this.
Not you. I usually blame you.
I'm sorry, I hear rain and I hear blame, and I'm like, don't blame me for this.
Rain and blame.
You caused this rain.
Rain's rain.
Rain, go away, come back on another day.
Oh.
Okay, so what do we got? All right, so we'll start with Jean Lemore. So as the surveyor, you give me a navigation. Give me a survival check.
Ooh.
Okay. Yes, 8. Although you have a good look around, and there are many rocks and things that maybe you could kind of climb up on to try to get a vantage point, it's very slippery. As you try to climb anything, there's like acid rain like pouring into your face. You're unable to get a vantage point, and even when you kind of get a little bit higher, everywhere is there's just smoke and steam everywhere in the air. So you're not able to see much further than you were previously.
Sorry to interrupt. Was Alina assisting John JL?
No, I think Alina's gone tracker.
Oh, sorry. Okay, cool.
That's all right. Okay, so Rain, you're gonna scout again. So you skip this turn essentially, and you'll return on the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alina as the tracker. Yeah, give me a survival check.
Please.
Yes, as you suspected, there is way too much rain and kind of mush and gunk on the ground to find any tracks. And okay, and what was Ethel? Sorry, who was Ethel assisting with? The tracker?
I was gonna assist Kenway.
Oh, okay, sweet. All right. So you skip this turn as well, and then Mahkah is looking for. Okay, so this would be if you're kind of looking for like somewhere to rest, somewhere to sleep. So you can give me an insight check if you want to do that, Mahkah.
Okay.
Everywhere you look, like even though there are these like these rocks and cliffs everywhere, you just don't find any shelter. There's no trees or anything. There aren't any like overhanging pieces of rock. It just feels like the safest place at the moment is in the Demon Grinder. Yeah. All right.
I think we should all go back to bed.
Okay, everyone restart your PCs. Someone restart. Foundry.
Okay, so now for the acid rain, I realize that the main thing about this is the order that I'm doing it in. So, the acid rain, as everyone is looking around, you're going to take. You're all exposed. Does anyone do anything about this acid rain after kind of having a look around? I mean, I'm thinking Jean Lemore is like trying to climb up shit, like just getting sprayed with acid rain. Mark is like looking around. Yeah, I don't know if anyone is really out of the rain. Can anyone think of anything they might do, like while they're doing their activities?
I curse this contraption weather. That's all.
You do what?
Does mage armor give you a little layer of magical armor that would keep off my rain? It just makes your AC go up technically, but also it'd be fun if it was just like a little layer of magic that just bonked off of.
Unfortunately, the acid rain is it's just everywhere, and there's no chance that it's going to miss you.
Darn.
It goes straight through your mage armor.
Got nothing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just literally just shout at the heavens about this infernal weather.
I was gonna say, did we pull any scrap pieces of metal off the other
You do have
things that we threw in the...
one piece of scrap metal. So what were you doing again, though? You were
I was
looking for tracks?
Yeah. I was
Alright.
walking around with that shit over my head.
Okay, everyone takes 17 acid damage except for
Whoa.
except for Alina, who will take 11 acid damage.
Okay.
Also, for both of the war machines, give me a con save.
Oh god. Kensei? You do it.
Well, I'm in the devil's right. Someone has to do it for the
Oh yeah.
demon grinder.
I'll do the grinder.
Don't look at me.
Look, our rolls so far.
Should I roll a concentration?
Oh no!
Okay. We're not gonna make it we're gonna die here. We are literally gonna die here.
Okay. For some
our
reason, when I
machines are just
rolled
gonna
Constitution
disintegrate.
saving throw, I got an Ethel Hatt notification. What the hell?
No, that was because I took damage.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. but I tried to. I even put it in inactive effects. I don't know why it's still going.
I also don't know, because I've removed your control from Ethel. Like, I don't know why. Oh.
I'm just gonna get those forever.
So what's
Oh,
actually
no.
happening? Sorry.
It's just like a little pop-up that says, "Do you want to roll a concentration check for Mind Spike?"
Yeah.
But that's it. So it's just, and you can say yes or no, and I always say no because I'm not actively trying to hold concentration. So
Okay, I think that should go away now.
okay, that's so funny.
Okay, let me just look at the Demon Grinder stats, because I've just noticed the armor class might not be correct. Armor class 19, but it should have a... Huh. Because usually while it's stationary, it would have a lower... Okay, I can't find that now, we'll have to work it out later, but basically the Demon Grinder is a little bit corroded. Its armor class goes down to 18.
Oh! My god.
DC was 8. Okay, and other than that, while you're here, no creatures, no monsters emerge from the darkness. And so the rest of the shift passes by uneventfully, and we can shift into the next shift. And so at the beginning of this next shift, let me just move my marker. I'm not moving marker, I'm just moving my marker. Oh, the acid rain continues.
Oh no!
Brutal. I'm
Damn you, acid rain!
And not much changes. You haven't gone anywhere, but Kenway returns, and so he would now be able to give advantage potentially, depending on what happens next. So what does everyone want to do for this shift?
ATF out.
What?
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
Alright. Yeah. Which direction do we go? I guess we have a
Like-
map. So, like, we'd follow it in the way where...
Look,
where
we
we think
know.
the tower is.
Yeah, that's right. If we've got the chains and the lake, as long as the chains are on, you know, if we're on one side of it, the lake's fair.
Okay, so just post the activities that you want to take in the chat again.
I'ma hide in our little vehicle. Guys, that hurt me. I don't have that many influence.
The frail old wizard lady.
Yeah, she was trying so hard, and it's just like, you know what? I am really old. I'm gonna go take a nap.
And got so far, but in the end, I just melted away.
I don't know the song, but it sounds fitting.
Wait, so if we get out of here, are we doing a travel shift?
Yes, I thought you guys were doing
sorry.
travel.
Sorry,
War
my
machine.
bad.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to get out. Guys, let's have a huddle and let's have a quick chat to Torm to bless us in the next couple of minutes. That's our rolls.
No, we're just getting out of the bad rolls out of the way so that maybe when we start combat, we'll get them all out.
I'm actively praying to Dice Christ. Just me.
Okay, so Rain again we'll skip this turn. Just keep that in mind. And Ethel, go ahead and take a short rest. That's fine.
Nice. You need to not do that, you know?
Oh, sorry. Can I also take a short rest? Let me delete my action station.
Yeah, you can do that.
Uh-huh.
And okay, so Alina is doing action station. Are you doing anything else while you're there?
Holding the piece of metal over my head.
Okay. All right. So, go ahead, Mahkah, and give me a survival check. And actually, this though, the thing about this is it should because because Kensei just came back. Was Kensei alone from the scouting mission on the last one? It did end up
Last
being.
one was with Ethel.
It was with Ethel. Okay, so you were scouting. Therefore, you have advantage, Mahkah. So roll again.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Who knows?
Oh, wow. This is brutal.
It's double digits.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, as you try to leave this area, it is still pelting down with acid rain, and it is very difficult for you to navigate properly, no matter how much you look at this map and you try to navigate via the lake. Well, actually, my bad. If you wish to move along the edge of the lake, you can do that without navigating. Forgot about that.
Let's do it! Follow the lake! Follow the lake! Follow the lake! That's a good point! That way!
You already know you're gonna get lost if you don't do that. So.
That's like that. Like, can we just follow the lake? Please? Don't drive us into the lake.
Okay, everyone keen to do that?
Let's do it.
Okay,
I
so
don't want to waste my death because the rolls won't let us get unlost.
Sad.
So go ahead and burn 4 demon ichors,
Okay. I can do that.
and I'll keep track of the the remaining power in these war machines as you move along the lake. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whee! And Alina, you holding this sheet up. I guess, well, because I mean, you're getting like protection from being inside the demon grinder anyway. But yeah, okay. So I'll do actually just so Kensei, you'll take 14 acid damage. Ow. And everyone in the demon grinder probably will take... I guess if it's... I'll probably just halve it, I think. You just take 7 acid damage. Maybe Alina, you can take 6 acid damage. As you're like driving along in this demon grinder, the wind is like blowing this acid rain, so you're trying to like hold this plate, this like piece of scrap metal in front of you, but it's pretty hard, so you're still getting like burns on your arms and your chest and your face occasionally, like, ah! And give me another con save DC 8 for both of the war machines.
Oh. No!
Wait, are you using Mahkah? Are you doing the Constitution saving throw, or are you trying to have the vehicle make one?
It should be done with the vehicle.
Oh, sorry, vehicle. My bad.
That's alright.
My bad. I just have to call that. I had it here somewhere.
You can keep the 8, because the Devil's Ride is already damaged.
Okay.
So the Devil's Ride will go down, wow, 23, so it is down to a 22 armor class. Bit of corrosion. But otherwise, nothing else happens, and you're able to drive on from this area, and we'll move into this new hex now. And so... hopefully... the acid rain continues.
The acid rain is brutal.
Why?
Lula's like, I told you the acid rain. It really is brutal.
I didn't take a short rest, or were you going to come to my short rest?
Oh, no. Take your short rest.
Okay. And I would like to also sing a song of rest.
Okay.
So that would probably just give Ethel another 1d6.
Nice. I have to stop doing that. I just that's not gonna make. This is my reaction to everything I say. I can't help it. Oh, do I roll that? Yeah.
No, that looks good. I don't know. Let me see. I don't think it says. Is the 6 fine? Did you?
Oh, sorry. What was the question?
Oh no. For the 1d6 for the Song of Rest, can Ethel roll the extra 1d6?
Yeah, it doesn't really. I don't think it'll make any difference. Whoever rolls it. Okay. So you continue to drive along the side of this lake, acid rain pelting down, and the terrain around you, especially to the south, is getting, it's quite mountainous here. You're still sort of driving along a fairly flat area that is just kind of along the edge of these craggy rocks and things. But off, like, to your left, there is also mountains and things you can see kind of around you. And... Whoop. You also see not much else, especially given this acid rain. You imagine there wouldn't be many creatures other than yourselves that would be willing to hang about out here. And so now go ahead and choose your activities for this next shift.
Someone else is driving. I am taking the short rest as half my face is falling off.
Alina, do you want to drive, or should I be a really crazy old lady on a bike? Oh wait, to scout you have to have dex, right?
Not in the devil's
Oh,
Rite.
okay.
You don't.
Yeah, I might be okay for one, but I'm gonna come back pretty hard.
And we're pushing.
Sure.
We're pushing how long it has to be before we have to rest for real, right? Is it 6 shifts in a day or something? And so 2 of those need to be a long rest at some point.
Yeah, so you need to spend for a proper long rest 2 shifts. 2 shifts in a day. So this is it's basically the 3rd shift of this day. I'll just do it this way, even though it's probably 4 shifts since you've slept. That sleep was for that previous set of 6 shifts. So we'll just do it like it's a day, even though, you don't even know what time it is, but... so yeah. And if you are following the river, then, scouting around to see if you can kind of give Mahkah advantage on navigating might not be necessary.
I was thinking. I just don't know what to... I guess I can just drive it? Or can we attach it somehow to the other one and tow it? So that we can all be in the other one?
I don't think the bike would stay up if you did that. You'd just end up dragging along the ground.
No, I was just trying to think of, like, if there was any way we could, like, if we had anything to kind of even out the sides of it to hold it up.
How heavy is the Devil's Ride? 500 pounds. Ooh. I can levitate this Devil's Ride.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if I can move it with us, though.
I don't know if you can move it left or right, I didn't think. Wait, hold on.
Yeah. And remain suspended
altitude.
there. Yeah, I don't think I can move it with us, sorry.
Yeah, it says up or down.
Aye.
So
Wait,
if you levitate it and we attach it.
What if we attach a rope to it?
Action to move the target, which must
Levitate
remain.
A giant bike balloon?
Yes,
Yes.
bike balloon.
Back up the grinder. Levitate, back up the grinder. Give me directions.
I should have gotten floating disc. That would have been perfect for this.
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that.
Yes! Groupthink! Good work!
Awesome! Okay.
Yes! See, you just picked up what I was laying down. I was like, some kind of mechanism to move this sucker.
Oh, yeah.
Magic me! Magic me! I can stab it a bunch, but that's it.
But how long does it last for? 10 minutes.
Ah, crap, 10 minutes.
Can you ritual cast it? Can you be a concentrator?
No.
It's,
can I ritual?
It's a
but
leveled
then-
spell, and is it ritual?
No.
You actually can only cast it once because it's the loot that allows you to cast it.
It is.
Side angle of this thing.
I was trying.
Yeah, we tried.
I'm not good
It's a
at
cool
magic,
idea.
so I'm like, I don't know.
I like the idea.
Well, wait. Okay. Another brainwave.
Bike balloon.
How much weight can the demon grinder take? 2,000 pounds. Okay. What if we levitate the Devil's Ride onto the roof of the demon grinder and try and hold it down with some ropes and attach it with some ropes?
Yes. I'm just thinking about that top-down image that we looked at before. So I'm thinking, so the roof of this thing, I don't know how kind of, it's probably not just not like a roof that's just going directly over you. There are these two, platforms with swivels on them at the back where you're like firing these harpoon guns.
Okay.
There's like a person sitting, I think, out in the open on this ball and chain.
Okay.
Question?
So I don't know if there would be space to put the entire Devil's Ride on top of the Demon Grinder.
How
I
much?
think you could try, but I think it would probably cause some issues in terms of how many of you can stay in the Demon Grinder and yeah.
How much weight does that chain hold at the back?
That's I don't know. You'd have to disconnect the ball from the chain. I think the chain is probably fused into the ball. What are you actually trying to achieve? Sorry, what's the goal here?
I'm thinking of how we can if we could levitate
get
it
out
up
of
and
the rain?
hook it. Well, we're just trying to get out of the rain and stop somebody from having to drive it in the rain, because we're all gonna take damage. So if there's a way for us to just carry that and take less damage in the thing.
I don't think that the chain on the back is going to be sufficient. I think just kind of swinging around the Devil's Ride on the back. It just seems to me
hook it
like
up, but then tie it to the side because it swings, right? So you could hook it onto the chain somehow.
If you feel like you have enough ropes and chains and things like that to hold a 500-pound bike on the back of then maybe.
Because I have a grappling hook and where's my other climbing kit? Yeah, I was just trying to figure out a good way to maybe do it. Okay, I'll just drive it. It's fine. I'll just take the damage and it'll be fine.
Can I give you all my clothing?
Just so you know, you don't have to
we got this.
You could just stay in the tiny hut for days. You know what I mean? Just so you know, you don't have to do these activities every shift. You can choose to.
That's true. Maybe it's smarter to just wait it out.
Well, the problem being is that we're going to run out of rations soon too, and revolve around the
Demon ichor and coins.
Well, Demon ichor we don't have to it won't spend because it would just be we won't be running through it. But the other issue that may not be on our minds is that for as long as we stay on here, how many people back on Elturel that are trying to fight for survival will also not be making it as we are trying to sit through and weather through the storm is another possible outcome as well.
Don't give him any ideas.
It might be worth it. Sorry.
I was going to say, don't worry about the rations because Mahkah's got good berries for days.
Well, also it's might be a problem because we don't know how long the storm could last. Because I don't think your hut will be able to fit the Demon Grinder, the Devil's Ride.
Oh yeah.
Because if it's days, the Demon Grinder might just wither away into a pile of scrap metal. And great, now we have no vehicles to give to the lovely lady that let us borrow 2 vehicles, and we return with literally a huge pile of scrap metal tied to everyone's back. As we're sorry.
Oh, I was gonna ask I was gonna try shenanigans. So if you have a serious question,
I love shenanigans.
No, I just was gonna say I have a potion of healing for anyone who wants to ride it. So, if it comes down to that.
Can we try the water geyser as protection from the acid rain? Would it cause enough pressure to push the rain away from the vehicle?
You're constantly
I'll
soaked and you're
reduce the
miserable.
damage for that by a small amount, but it will begin to fill up the vehicle, which will start causing other problems.
Just curious. Could Ethel spray me with it while we're driving?
Probably same issue.
Okay. Trying to work out some clever tricks here. Do I want to be wet or full of acid?
Did we figure out how often our sending stone with Silvero works down here? Like, because we tried to use it a few times pretty frequently, so did we figure out the recharge time on that?
It's just whatever it says it is.
Oh, okay. I thought like we were doing something weird where we communicated with her a few times pretty quickly, and I wasn't sure if it was...
You've noticed that whenever you've used it, she seems to be able to not only communicate back immediately, but for some reason you can then communicate back with her immediately once. You're not sure why that is. It might have something to do with the time difference, but you have noticed that.
So you wouldn't let me, probably just gotta ask, remember? Just gotta ask. Use the communication with Silvero over the course of like a few days to learn a spell.
Like learn a spell from her.
Yeah.
Usually to learn a spell, I think you would need to like copy it from a wizard's spell book. I don't think so. I mean, it would still cost you the gold and everything. Like a spell that you don't have. I don't think so. I don't think you'd be able to.
Gotta ask, because it feels like something you could do over the phone.
You only have like 12 words per communication, so I think it would, even if you could do that, it would take a very long time. I think learning a spell is like a complex art.
She could maybe just be like, yeah, and these are the words you say, yell them really loud.
Yeah.
And hope for the best.
Burn up these things, and it would be fine.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It would be funny, can I just do rumor gatherer and just really start poking everyone for information? Just be like, hey Mahkah, how you feeling about Alina right now? Just really stirring up stuff in the demon grinder.
Mahkah's actually too worried about navigating. He's got other issues. He's got performance issues happening.
Oh no.
So what kind of shift are we doing then? Is this are you traveling? Are you resting?
Maybe we try one more travel shift and then we'll maybe rest.
Yeah.
I'm happy to take the devil's ride. I can consume something if I need it.
So yeah, it's fine. So can I? It should be fine.
Okay. Well,
On a level of 1 to 100, how do you feel?
I feel good.
Can I do surveyor from inside the demon grinder? Like I'm peeking out the windows?
Not really. You need to, you need to kind of get like a high point somewhere or.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to navigate as well, feel free. Don't feel like Mahkah's hogging the wall of the grinder.
I'm going to
Listen, if you're saying you don't want to do it anymore, Ethel could do it.
Well, actually,
I'm just saying, do we think it's a good idea?
Just so you know, Mahkah, if you're driving and navigating, you will you'll be at a disadvantage.
Oh.
Ooh, I can drive.
Well, we're also like following the lake still, right? So that won't.
Yeah. So you
don't
don't
have to make a roll.
Yeah, you don't need to navigate if you just want to keep doing it.
Oh, let's go. I'll choose something else then.
Then can I drive? Please let the old lady drive.
Oh, go for it.
She has terrible vision. She should have gotten her license retested for her license a few years ago.
Are you gonna take out your hair bun?
Yeah, she pulls out like driving gloves, and you're like, "Where'd you get? Who has these?"
No, you do have the gloves of like missile snaring as well. They look like driving gloves.
They're really fancy driving gloves.
I'm gonna hand over my piece of metal. Who wants it?
Maybe we can swap. I'll give Alina a potion of healing, and she can give me that sheet metal.
You can keep it. I have one.
Oh, you have one.
Yeah, we're okay. That's why I said we should be okay.
Oh, okay.
You keep it for the next run.
Okay.
And then is driving the only thing I can do this shift? Or can I pick something else?
So occupy the helm. You can also take the navigator action, but if you do, you find it harder to navigate. Yes, there's not much else you can do aside from driving.
Cool. I'm driving.
Oh. Sentinel is part of this, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Okay. All right. So, Rain, go ahead and take a short rest.
Thank you.
Alina, I'll come back to you after we've worked out everyone else. And Mahkah, I have to translate everyone's names because you didn't have your token selected, so I keep forgetting like who's who. Ethel, driving as well. And okay, so Jean Lemore as Sentinel, I don't think you'll need to do anything because I have not rolled a random combat. So let me just have a double check. Yes. So you are keeping a lookout as the party continues to drive along this lake through this mountainous area. And you move to here. Oop. Sorry. To this location here.
I was like, oh wow, that is not the lake I was thinking.
Ethel's not allowed to drive anymore. She's drunk.
Hey, listen.
That's my thing.
The glasses are on like upside down or something. Or...
Come out, she's so haggard. Like, yeah, this is the best shit ever.
Okay, and so the driver of the Devil's Ride is going to take 11 acid damage, and the people in the Demon Grinder are just going to take 9 acid damage. Was anyone doing anything in particular to protect against the acid? The acid rain?
I think I had a sheet of metal.
Okay, you can take 8 damage. 8 acid damage.
Yay!
And make sure you also remove, use up another 4 demon ichors.
Okay. I will do that.
And
Do I have to make a con check for the Demon Grinder?
yes, the Demon Grinder and the Devil's Ride. Yeah, give me a con save, DC 8. Nice. Also for the Devil's Ride, whoever's on the... Nice, okay.
I was trying to find it. I was
Sweet.
like,
Okay, and we start the next shift. Again, nothing much changes in your environment. Probably these mountains down to your... down to the south, actually, they begin to diminish again as the landscape, as far as you can see, begins to become a little bit flatter. And otherwise, you just continue driving along this apparently never-ending lake of blood, as you begin to call it. And we can begin the next shift. What do you do now?
Tiny hurt me, I need to sleep.
Actually, I'll just see if the weather stops. The weather does not stop. It's still acid raining.
Oh my god!
What?
Hannah,
What
go
roll are
check
you
his
making for
dice.
this? Can I use a brain roll to
Go
make
check
the rain
his
stop?
dice.
Believe me, I want the
Dice
acid rain to. I want it to end.
Oh, this rain's so evil.
Are we tiny hutting?
Yeah, let's tiny hut.
I need love.
Did you say you need love?
Tiny huts.
So, do you want to do any activities before you cast the tiny hut? Is there any question?
Sleep.
Oh,
Okay.
can I? Oh, wait. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll scout for like a nice place to rest, so that we can put our hut there. Wait, active. What's it called? Shelter seeker.
Yeah. Oh, how many people can do? Because Mahkah was thinking the same, but actually for the vehicles.
Ah.
Yeah. If you want to, I'll take the vehicles into account. So, Jean Lemore, maybe if you want to just roll with advantage, and let me just have a look. I think it was an insight check, I believe.
Oh yeah, it was. I think I remember.
So this is a active shift. This is an active shift, I take it, or are you actually? So this is sorry, I didn't remember this. If you're sleeping just straight away, you can do that. But if you want to like look around for things, you have to take an active shift before you sleep.
Oh.
Mahkah's not sleeping straight away.
Okay.
Yeah, not sleeping.
Is everyone happy with that though? Because it is still pouring with acid rain. So it's a matter of like, do you try to look for like a safe place, or do you just try to get the fuck out of the acid rain as quickly as possible?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I will look.
Yeah, I got some health to spare.
I'll sit under the metal sheet while they're looking.
I was gonna say, can I take the concentrator action to just like be doing the tiny hut with Alina while other people are looking around, so we just don't take any more damage?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Or can I
I was gonna say crawl under the grinder.
well, I also, if it's just me and Alina chilling, and I guess maybe Kenway, can I fit the bike in the tiny hut?
I think it says
It's pretty
creatures.
big.
Let me have a look.
Well, I mean, you can bring your stuff in there with you, like, you know, so.
Yeah, I think like because it's a vehicle, so it's not really your stuff, so to speak. I think if it says creatures, then probably
Creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast the spell, can move freely through it.
not. Okay. Which can fit in the side of the... 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome with you. So I think that bit where it's kind of saying or objects within the dome when you cast this spell can move through it freely, I think that's talking about the stuff that you have with you. I'm going to say I don't think you can fit. I don't think you can do that.
Darn.
Sorry.
Darn.
Okay, so yes, give me an insight check with advantage. Okay, Jean Lemore, so you've rolled an 11 and sorry, where am I? Shelter Seeker. I don't think, especially with this acid rain in this, yes, unfortunately you are unable to find anywhere that looks safe enough to stash the vehicles or to kind of get yourselves out of the way.
All right.
So anyone who is not inside the tiny hut will take some acid damage. 19 acid damage.
Oh.
And give me a con save for each of the vehicles. Nice.
Nice.
Either or.
Roll it.
Oh. We both
It's fine, we'll take it. We'll take it. Good job. Good job.
We can take that.
Good job, everybody. Good work.
Actually, they were both good. Never mind, we're good.
Good cover. Good cover. Good support. Loving the teamwork.
Good game.
I'm gonna be honest, I also nearly rolled it, so we could have had 3.
So did I.
Yes. Same.
Okay, and Alina, you can take a short rest as well while you're in the tiny hut.
Okay.
But
I just want
otherwise,
to be sure.
nothing happens. No creatures emerge out of the storm and come upon you, and so we can move to the next shift. So, assuming that you have two shifts left in the so-called day, so I'm assuming you would want to sleep at this point.
Yeah, we can take watch shifts though. Right.
Yeah, so with this one, you can either do long rest or trancer. You just have those two options. And so everyone who's not a trancer, well, actually including the trancer, give me a 1, a 2, or a 3 to determine which watch you want to take, or which vigil.
I'll do the first one.
And you can like sit inside the tiny hut and just kind of look out, peer out through the shelves, through the bookcases.
It's really difficult. There's too many books in there.
I don't know. 3, sure, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever I need to do.
And so then, Alina, you can also take one of these actions, if you wish. Pick one of these other actions: Concentrator, Forager, Scout, Surveyor, Assistant.
Is Luna still alive?
No, I don't think so. Actually,
I think I casted her into the void. I think I did because we talked about it. Okay.
I think you did.
I just wanted to be sure before we encounter anything and I do something dumb. Concentrator, sorry.
You probably, yeah. I mean, I don't want to tell you what to do, but it's still raining, and there's probably not much you can do if you want to stay.
I'll just sentinel. Maybe is that just stand vigilant? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Sentinel. That's good.
Okay, so I will roll for this acid rain. It doesn't go away in the middle of the night. It doesn't go away in the morning when you wake up. You wake up in this tiny hut and you peer out and nothing has changed. There's still just this horrible weather out there.
Oh my
still
God.
pouring with rain. But nothing happens other than that. You feel like hopefully this rain, if it is helping you in any way, it is keeping you hidden from any creatures that you might see around. Although you don't know Avernus very well, so you don't know how often you might be likely to see creatures, but nothing comes upon you in the night. And as you wake up, you all feel famished, but perhaps also a little bit ill at the thought of eating.
Oh.
What do you do?
Manger. Which is French for eat.
What? Oh. Can we take the long rest?
Yes, oh sorry, yeah, go ahead and take a long rest.
We're
Yeah.
long resting.
Cool.
Sorry. I just short rested, so I was like, what are you talking about? Why?
I just want a long rest.
Ration.
I don't know what day it is, what time of day it is anymore. Give me a break. All I want to do is go swimming.
What do I have to do for eating? Is it a con save?
Yeah, give me a con save when you eat.
I'm gonna ask JR, can you put some herbs and spices on mine just for a bit of
Yeah, I will hand out these herbs and spices. Basil, where did they go?
As everyone starts eating, I'm just gonna start walking the eating rider because I know for a fact no one here can hold their stomach. Yep.
for ration. And not to like navigate.
Okay, does everyone burn a ration? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, I'll burn it.
Okay, unfortunately the herbs and spices also themselves taste disgusting.
It makes it worse.
Alina, you
Yeah.
vomit all of your food out, and it is though you have not had anything to eat. Okay, and you don't need to make a second con save. You can keep the second one down.
Thanks. I'll prestidigitation my puke to smell nice.
Priorities.
Priorities.
I'm bad.
Okay, and so what do you do for the rest of this day?
Can I not? Is it like? Can I contact Silvera and ask her if she has any information on the Tower of with the Sending Stone?
She
Mordenkainen?
replies to you that she has not heard of the Tower of
Or the guy?
Maybe she replied. Yeah,
Mordenkainen?
yes, she knows. Well, what do you ask her specifically? Just any information.
If she's ever heard of either of those two things. So Mordenkainen or the Tower of Rome.
Okay, maybe she says something like, in 12 words, something about how the Tower of rings a bell. Mordenkainen, very powerful wizard. Yeah, I don't know how you word the question exactly. Like, just a general question of, like, do you know anything?
I think I'd probably say we're trying to, we're going there, like, we're on our way. So just anything she knows that could possibly be useful, you know? I can figure out how to eloquently say that in 12 words if you really want me to, but I don't want to.
Any weaknesses?
She just says yeah, so doesn't really know about the Tower of yeah, rings a bell. Mordenkainen, very powerful wizard, be careful.
She's not like, he really loves pie and you should bring him one.
No, she doesn't, she doesn't know, she doesn't appear from the message to know him well.
Gotcha.
So he's not into hot old ladies.
We don't know that yet.
Or tieflings.
Oh, wait a minute.
Maybe he is, but maybe she's just not into hot old wizards.
We can make it work.
And then I'll just let everyone know before we start the shift, if there is anyone else who you think could have useful information. Since we are mostly doing traveling, I can try contacting people as we're going. Like, I do have sending, so we can, if anyone has any great, brilliant ideas, let me know.
Sending is for people you know, or can be anyone? Okay, cool.
It's just people you're familiar with. So I think we talked about this once with Alina's dad. You're familiar with can't be
heard of them.
Maybe anything but kind of met them.
Yeah.
Okay.
As if was saying that, he's like, maybe shoot like Mad Maggie a message and just say, look, this acid rain's wearing us down. Do you have any like pointers for it?
Pointers for the acid rain?
What? No, to stay safe while traveling in it.
Okay, so Ethel, just make sure if you're doing this that you're burning your...
I'll burn this spell slot.
Okay, she just says something like, oh yes, acid rain can turn you into a skeleton quickly. I advise, seek cover.
Oy.
I love her.
Okay, and everyone post their activities in the chat, please.
All right, I'll drive the Devil's Ride. During the short rest, can I do a little tweaking, not like a modification, but a little bit of like, I guess not vandalism, but graffiti onto the side of the Devil's Ride, and just sort of like nickname it the Drifting Imp, the Drifting Imp.
How do you do the graffiti?
Drift.
I borrow some ink.
You might have to use a fair bit of ink.
I am displeased.
Plus, this is like ink that would be used to to like write on like paper and parchment.
Isn't book smart? He's just thinking, black.
Okay, and you're doing this in the acid rain as well.
Oh. Mahkah says to Kenway, how about we write it in blood next time?
Hey, there is plenty of blood.
That will send a message.
How much ink do you have? 6 inks? I will say that for like an ink pot that I mean, how big do you want to write this?
Yeah,
not like stamping it all over the bike. I'm just thinking it's just like a little title right next to like the handlebars, like on the inside indicator.
Just like
use a little.
Oh yeah, okay. You can do that like with your finger or something for like an ink.
Yeah. I mean, if I get more artistic, I might try to kind of like do a little doodle of like the like of an imp. But that's if I get like fresh volunteers to, or at least if I find someone that isn't in the acid rain and we get a accidentally encounter someone. That way I can do a little bit of blood painting. But that's too grim, and let's move on from that.
Okay, well, Mahkah, just burn an ink
Yep.
if you wish for that to happen.
Fine. Yes.
I could also just prestidigitation, a symbol of like a fuck you on the side of it.
I think it would only be temporary, though. Is that?
Yeah, for an hour.
Okay.
Like a,
But it'd be real cool for that 1 hour.
All right. Well, so what are we all doing for this shift?
Oh yeah.
So I
Let's
can
travel.
drive and Mahkah can navigate, right? And then that means, yeah, that works.
Okay.
Think I will sentinel.
And so are you
Sorry.
driving? You're moving, traveling?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, war machine travel. I don't know. I'll just action station. Yeah. Got it. With my metal piece.
All right. And Mahkah. And what are you doing? Okay, sweet. Oh, you don't need to navigate if you're just going to follow the river again, the lake again.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Unless you don't want to do that, of course.
No, that's fine. I would, yeah. Sentinel. That's fine. I'll just assist.
Okay. So, Jean Lemore and Mahkah, you don't see anything. Nothing comes at you while these war machines are driving along. And so you're able to continue following this lake. 1, 2... Oh, shit. Three, 4. Okay. So we move into this next hex. Please burn 4 ichors.
4 acres.
What's our ichor tally at the moment?
105.
Nice.
Okay, and those on the Devil's Ride. Oh, Jesus. Wait, that's not what I wanted.
That's many.
10 acid damage. And if you're in the... I forget how I've been doing. It's going to vary a little bit. Acid rain, you know, sometimes it's heavier, sometimes it's lighter. The wind changes. You guys take 10 acid damage.
Oy.
And then should I do a con check for the vehicle or con save?
Yes. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Not so beautiful.
Okay, the Devil's Ride is going to again take some corrosion.
Oof.
So it is on 21 armor class. Okay, and let me just have a look at where we are now. So we move into the next shift. And come on, acid rain. Acid rain. The acid rain continues.
What?
Fucking hell. Oh, it's never ending.
Your dice weighted.
I don't want it to keep acid raining. I'm sick of the acid rain.
You want more serious stuff.
Okay. So, as you move into this area, the environment changes somewhat. It's like the ground kind of changes from this sort of sand and mud from the acid rain. You can see around you this area looks like it's the ground is made of hardened clay. And it's kind of split and cracked in regions as you drive through here. And you see fissures and ravines opening up. It's a little bit bumpy here, like a little bit harder to kind of drive the war machines through this area. But you continue navigating along in this acid rain, following this lake, and keeping an eye on the road. You don't run into any of these crevices or anything, at least yet. And so, everyone, let me think actually, because at this point, you see something as you're driving along. You think you see to the east, in some of these rock formations and kind of craggy grey cliffs and things, you think you see some movement. Just as you're driving along, maybe Mahkah and Alina, you both at the same time, you think you notice some movement.
Are we like thinking it's in the lake of blood, or is it on the ground or in the sky?
It's kind of amongst these cliffs, these rock formations that are sort of leading down the slope towards this lake of blood. You just catch something out of the corner of your eye, but you're not able to make out much of what it is. What else do you do? You're not able to see far into the lake still. But you do, looking at your map, you can tell that you are in the location, you would say, probably where this Tower of is supposed to be. You would at least know that, but you can't see anything though.
Could we stop and try and search for it with an active shift?
Should we wait maybe till the acid rain stops and just keep watch to see if we can see anything? Like, I don't want to trek out and take unnecessary damage. If it is something. So
maybe if the terrain's changed, we can seek cover with these vehicles.
You mean so like look for like a safe place?
Okay. So if you want to do that, go ahead and give me an insight check. Whoever wishes to do that, to see if you can locate some kind of safe place to, kind of stash these vehicles amongst these rocks.
I'm happy to assist JL like we tried to last time.
Let's do that then. Advantage. Come on.
Nice. Okay. And I'll say from that you are able to find... so you kind of stopping in the vicinity of where you saw this movement, I take it. Do you kind of drive a little bit further, or what do you do in terms of that movement? Do you just kind of get out and start looking for a place to stash the vehicles?
I guess I haven't... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe can we drive a little bit further? Like...
Yep.
Without, maybe not right where we see suspicious movements.
Okay, so you drive a little bit further and you get out and kind of have a look around to see if you can find somewhere to stash these vehicles. And what is everyone else doing in terms of actions, if anything? Or are you all just kind of desperately looking around for a place to get out of this rain?
Well, I'm kind of like driving the devil's ride, so I would say probably sentinel for just looking around.
Okay.
Stopping and looking around anyway.
I can look around from inside the demon grinder from the helm where I'm driving.
All right.
yeah.
Okay, so for the sentinel, give me a perception check. I think it probably is. Where am I? Sentinel. Yeah, give me a perception check.
Oh God.
Unfortunately,
We're right next to each other, so I could yell at Kenway if there's anything going right.
So you want to yell?
No, I was saying if I see anything, he's right there, right? So it's not like he's gonna get murdered with
Oh, so
this
you're
one.
doing Sentinel as well from within the. Well, okay, so you.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're driving, is that it? Or how
Yeah,
do you
so, like-
also do Sentinel?
Well, I thought we were saying that we were stopping and looking for a place around. So I was saying, once we're stopped, I'm staying in my little driver's seat and looking around us because I don't want to get out. I'm afraid.
Well, it's just that the Sentinel, you can only have one person doing the Sentinel. So I'm just saying one person can have a look around.
Okay, I'll do it.
I mean, Ethel, how about Kensei? Maybe give me a second roll.
All right.
You can do it with advantage, of course, because
go.
Ethel can be assisting you from within the Devil's Ride.
Wonderful.
Oh God.
Beautiful.
Alina, you have nothing to yell about, except maybe to yell out in pain, as everyone in the grinder takes 5 acid damage. Kensei or Kenway, you take 10 acid damage.
All right. At least it's consistent.
So I would be taking 10 as well, right?
Where were you?
I think I
You got
did
out and had a look
surveyor.
around. Yeah, you probably.
Yeah. Okay. It burns.
And same here, because I was assisting.
You also having a look around. Okay, cool.
I was assisting JL.
Okay. All right. So you begin to move these machines into this underground area. Actually, my bad. I'm sorry. That doesn't make any sense because you have succeeded in finding this location. Everyone, forget about the acid damage. I apologize. You've succeeded in finding this shelter. There are some. You find in these rocks like this big cave. Like it's big enough for you to drive these vehicles in there, and you see vehicle tracks in there. You think this cave has actually been used in the past for probably the same reason. So yeah, sorry, forget the acid damage. And you go in there and you can kind of stand there and watch this acid rain pouring down.
Just making sure with this cave, is there an end to this cave, or is it like a tunnel and it disappears?
Give me a perception check if you can have a look around.
I'm definitely gonna have a look around.
I also want to look around.
Okay.
So advantage or flat roll?
Oh yeah, give me the roll with advantage. As you have a look around the back of the cave and kind of run your hands along the rock, you don't find any signs that the cave goes anywhere or that there are any passages or anything like that.
Okay.
You think you're alone.
Do the tracks stop?
The tracks appear to stop just pretty much where you have stopped. Yeah, they don't like go through the back of the cave or something, like through the secret Batcave entrance.
Yeah, there's like a pressure point just heavy enough for one of those machines, and then it spins you around and drops you down.
Finally, we found the Batcave. The Hell
That's
Cave,
cool.
if you will.
Checking.
Now I want that to be what happens. You find a strange lever.
Time for Batcat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
Corruption.
Nothing happens.
I am vengeance. I am Batcat. Hellcat or Hellman or whatever it was.
How big is the entrance to this cave?
it's
big
quite
enough to get the vehicle.
Yeah, it's pretty large. It's a big cave.
Because I was just saying, if you cast Tiny Hut right in the way of the entrance, no one can get in there, so they can't pass through Tiny Hut. So if the smallest point of the entrance is less than 20 feet wide, right, then...
Okay, how wide are these vehicles? That's gonna be 20 feet. I think the cave would maybe be. What do you guys think? In order to get these vehicles in there, would it be like more than 20 feet wide?
At the very least, if it's like, because if it's 20 feet, at least it will prohibit like large vehicles like the Demon Grinder to come in. Because it's like, shit, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. Yeah, you can at least do that. I don't know exactly how big I'll say that I feel like it's bigger than that. But you can at least cast the tiny hut there to prevent other vehicles from kind of coming in there.
Okie dokie.
But I'll say that I think probably it won't be big enough to prevent creatures from squeezing in around the side of it, I think.
Right.
Okay. That's fair.
At the very least, we are continuing on being a nuisance for others.
Yeah.
That's always my goal.
And so, as you stand here, pacing about, checking the back of the cave, casting the tiny hut, the acid rain begins to slow outside the cave. And
now you stop.
As soon as you find shelter. And yep, go ahead.
No. That's okay.
As this rain eventually ceases, and you can once again hear the wind blowing across this lake. And, well, not once again, you've never been able to hear it, but once again you hear the winds of Avernus. And you can hear, even from where you are, this bubbling sound of the lake bubbling down below, even though the rain is gone. And you can still, if you kind of peek out through this cave, you can still see this, like, steam coming off this lake. And as you're kind of having a look out there and thinking about what you should do next, you hear some little rocks tumbling down the side of the cliff, as it sounds like something is approaching.
I stand in my tiny hut. Nothing can attack me in here.
As you're kind of standing... Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, so...
What does everyone do?
Cast, aid. And...
I'm gonna...
3 creatures, Captain, me, Alina.
And the strumming of your lute and your song echoes throughout the cave as you cast this spell.
And the acoustics sound fantastic, JR.
Yeah, it sounds beautiful.
Great reverb.
Can I yoink that cat from the void?
Yes.
Nice.
Well, I was gonna say, are we in the tiny hut right now? I guess not, because we were looking around.
You can, like, run into the tiny hut. You're still in this cave. You're nearby.
Yeah, run into
Do sounds come out of the tiny hut?
Sound is weird, I think, with tiny hut. I can display it again.
Oh, this is one of those somewhat philosophical questions. My answer then is actually yes. Yep.
Just curious.
Even though, in terms of physics, sound obviously is carried by sound waves, which are made of particles. In this case, because it's a game and we're talking about, the difference between objects and non-objects, I'm going to say sound can pass through the tiny hut.
You don't want to have a really deep philosophical discussion about the nature of sound right now?
I've gone down this rabbit hole because of tiny hut in the past. It's actually quite hard to find a good answer to that question.
Because this question, alright, so guys, did we park the Devil's Ride in front or behind the Demon Grinder in this cave setup?
Up to you.
That's why I'm asking everyone, because...
I would think if there's room side by side.
Alright. If it's big enough to fit side by side, then I'm just, like, making sure I got this correct. Because I kind of want to do is I'm going to go onto the Demon Grinder, and I just want to mount up in one of the harpoon slings and just turn it to facing the entrance and just getting ready for whatever might be coming down that way.
Yeah, okay, so if you want to get on the Devil's Ride and begin doing like a 12-point turn. Turn around.
Wait, no, the Demon Grinder.
Oh, sorry, the Demon Grinder. Okay, sorry, you climb up on the Demon Grinder and you get on the harpoon flinger and you like swivel it around. Okay, yeah, you can totally do that. And just as you swing it around and kind of point this harpoon just over just to the side of the tiny hut, these creatures emerge. There are several of them, and they come from just to the right of the cave entrance. And because I imagine this cave entrance is kind of sort of facing, I don't know, kind of a little bit towards the lake. You had to sort of have a look for it, and then you were able to sort of drive in there around some rocks. And so these creatures emerge, and they are, you remember Lulu describing them in the past as mezzoloths. You saw a couple of them that were assisting Maud, that were guarding Maud at Candlelight Tower. They are these bug-like creatures with 6 limbs. They walk on 2 legs, but they have 4 arms, and these kind of purple chitinous skeletons and these sunken eyes shining this gold light, and they're carrying tridents, and they are accompanied by 3 other creatures which look very different to them. And these creatures look almost more like a sort of a devil type of creature. Big green-skinned muscular creatures with leathery wings extending from their backs, but they're humanoid otherwise, and they have these big horns on their head and these big pointy ears and sharp fangs, and they're carrying kind of savage weapons like axes and things like that. They look almost like some sort of winged orc or something like that. And they emerge, and these creatures are kind of looking around, like cocking their heads and kind of like occasionally chattering amongst themselves. And they see this tiny hut, and they see the harpoon flinger pointing at them. They see Kenway standing up there behind the flinger. And they see these machines in here. And one of these creatures speaks in, I guess it would be infernal. I mean, it would definitely be infernal, seeing as we're in hell. One of these mezzoloths speaks. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Getting out of the rain, pal. Same question goes from you, horn boy.
We are often here. We have not seen you here before. Are you here to see Mordenkainen?
We would like that, yeah.
One of these other mezzoloths. Do you have an invite? Is he expecting you?
Yeah. No, I don't think so, unless he's a fortune teller.
Well, you will have to wait, like everyone else.
How long's the waiting list?
Please, you should say instead, what brings you here? You would not come here for no reason. Where are you from?
I'm from around here. But to circle back to the previous question, we're running errands for one of the warlords around here. What was her name? Mad
Maggie?
Mad Maggie. Old friend of Mordenkainen.
Mad Maggie. Yes. We know of Maggie. Well, Mordenkainen is not here. We wait for his return.
How long has the intrepid Mordenkainen been gone now?
Some time. A long time. When you ask how long, what do you mean?
Well, I wasn't asking philosophical, that's for sure.
Well then, long time.
I'm just thinking, good thing we left this discussion to Kensei.
Well, Kensei's one of the only ones that can understand, I guess.
And me.
And you can as well.
And I'm in the tiny hut, like kind of holding my short sword, like, is it the stabby stab situation? Or what am I doing? I'm like, it's not really threatening yet, but I'm like, do I give away that I'm here? Like, I'm waiting.
I don't suppose any of y'all little have a way to contact good old Mordenkainen.
Negative.
Figures.
We do his bidding. Mordenkainen. His wages are attractive. We simply wait to be given orders.
Alright, fair enough. Has he pulled these, like, disappearing act before? You had to wait for a long time previously under his employment contract? Whatever.
One of these larger winged devilish looking creatures says, Mordenkainen's tower, it moves. The wizard goes wherever he wishes, when he wishes. We simply wait. If you wish to see Mordenkainen, you must also wait. We will tell him of your presence.
Alright. So, did you enjoy the weather?
Really? The weather?
What, I think a couple people that love kind of like torture, pain, and stuff would enjoy this kind of thing. I don't know.
We do not enjoy our own pain,
Fair enough.
only to profit from the pain of others.
Yep, that tracks.
Are you in any way profitable?
I'd say if you're betting on the kind of like winning side, yeah.
Where did you find these machines? Are they in working condition?
Last group tried to take ours. We took theirs instead. And they seem to be working fine.
Give me an intimidation check.
Okay. Just accidental intimidation.
Yeah, I just want to know.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Given the situation.
Can I
Just a straight roll?
Yeah, just a straight roll. Unless Alina is going to do something.
I was gonna kind of like creep out of the shadows with like my silvered short sword, like just kind of like glinting like menacingly while he was talking.
Okay.
Just hood up, like you can't see me, just like this dark shadow just comes out from like nowhere.
Okay, you can definitely roll with advantage.
Because I was gonna say there is two vehicles there.
No!
Don't blame me, blame Foundry! I can't do anything when Foundry doesn't want to play along, alright?
Perhaps we will take these machines from you. We will wait to see what Mordenkainen says. He may not return for a very long time. We will wait. We will tell him of your presence. They begin to like back away. Does anyone say or do anything?
I let them go.
You say, like, do you need anything done? Like, when you say profitable, what do you mean by profitable?
They stop, kind of turn around. What do you have?
What do you need?
I see no way, as of yet, to profit from your death. I do. We take their machines and their items. We will wait for Mordenkainen. He told us to wait. You tell us what you have, what we might take. We will tell Mordenkainen.
I think I like the other guy better. Okay, we'll wait.
They will wait. They will wait. They begin leaving.
The company up there will wait till they back out. We are Legion. We are Legion.
There's about like 9 or 10 of them. And they begin to head back out. You hear them kind of moving away back into the rocks. And maybe if you can, especially from where you are, Kenway, if you can kind of see out the cave a little bit, you can see them sort of climbing up into the rocks and they sort of disappear. You imagine maybe there are like little caves and hollows in there where they're living in wait.
So, do we want to wait around for the old man to appear, or anyone that got a better idea?
Pushes, like, just her face out of the dome and is like, "Are we fighting? What's happening?"
No, for once I didn't stab somebody. You're welcome.
I was very confused.
Yeah, apparently they work for the wizard, and apparently they've been going for a long time.
Oh yeah, you guys couldn't understand them. I forgot about that little tidbit. I'm gonna get somebody to also help me turn the bike around so that it's a fast escape if we do need to leave.
Yeah.
And
Yes, if we have to emergency like rush out of the tunnels and run over some devil ass or whatever
Yeah.
they are, demon ass, devil ass, whatever.
yeah.
Yugoloths!
Oh,
Neutral evil creatures.
neutral. That's decent.
It must be just because of their service to Mordenkainen that they didn't attack. They're very dangerous, untrustworthy creatures, but they often have unknown plans, schemes. There's no way to know what they want. But I think if we had fought them, we would probably be dead by now. There were a lot of them, and they are very dangerous.
Well, add this into the list of things that are going to kill us at some point.
Acid rain is top of the list right now.
That's true.
So, if we, are we able to look? Are we able to sort of see where the tower should be?
From where you are looking out into the lake, I'll say that you can see now that the rain has subsided, that there appears to be a landmass in the lake. It's quite a way off. It would be very difficult to get there without some kind of raft or something. But it does correspond to the location of the tower on the map.
But there's no tower, just a landmass.
You can't see well enough. You just see sort of the edge of some kind of landmass, but you don't see like a silhouette that suggests like a tower or anything like that. So there's no confirmation of a tower, but it's also hard to confirm that there isn't one.
Now that there's not a bunch of acid rain, I can send out Batcat. And we can do some scouting. It's a little further.
So Batcat can go, is it 100 feet?
That's how far you can still communicate with Batcat, but I think the familiar can just keep going. It's just that they'd have to come back to be able to tell you what they found.
But they
So
won't
you
be able
can't,
to tell you. It could give you a sense of something. Potentially.
I think you can just only like look through their eyes for 100 feet.
Okay. Yeah, it's a long read, this one. But I do remember that we at one point left the cat somewhere, I think, or we talked about doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when it's within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it.
I guess I don't know how, like, because we've discussed this a few times before, how intelligent familiars are, because they are like a magic creature. Can I just say, like, go look for a tower, if you find one, come back, like, you know?
Yeah, you can kind of communicate with it. You can communicate some sentiment to it, and it will, I think, be able to sort of return an emotional response to you. Is kind of how I've been running it.
Okay.
Your familiar can cast a spell?
You can cast a spell
really...
through your familiar, a touch spell.
That's cool. I didn't know that. I guess I should read my spells. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. I read it and I was like, what?
So is that... Sorry.
I was just gonna say, if we're gonna be waiting, that might be something that's worth doing. That's only if everyone feels like waiting.
I don't know, it sounded like it would be quite a long wait. Like, unclear.
Or we make our march back down towards... let's see.
I mean, yeah, like...
Should we wait a couple days, maybe, and see if anything changes?
Yeah,
because the next...
We're in a safe spot.
Yeah, because the next thing we would probably have to do is head towards the Goblin Docks, trying to get across the river, and head towards Bone Brambles then. See if maybe we can pick up more useful information.
Maybe we should see if we can, while the acid rain stops, get some landmarks and fill out the map a little bit. Some points of reference so we don't get lost. I mean, as much as I love getting lost.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels like both options are bad here. I don't really want to wait for an undetermined amount of time, but I'm worried that if we just leave and go back like the way we came, that also is not fantastic.
Say we make the use of the time over here, scout out, get some points, make up some maps of what we can see, and at least take advantage of while we're here and in decent conditions.
At least like locate this cave as well for future reference, and
If we do have to come back or something, just
to make it easier traveling.
Yeah, and then if by the time we're done that, if we feel like we should leave, then at least we can leave and not get lost or attacked, maybe. Who knows?
Okay. So maybe we can just do this one a little bit organically. For this particular shift, if you just want to essentially spend an active shift here and kind of... So you want to sort of scout the area, is that what you're saying? And sort of get an idea of where this is and sort of mark it on the map?
Yeah.
Okay, so
If we're gonna be... Sorry.
Sorry?
No, I was saying I can also, if we're gonna be hanging out, I can also use arcane eye and send it out in a direction, because it moves 30 feet per round for an hour, which is a pretty long distance if I'm just chilling. So I can also just send that out some other way and try to get an idea of what's around us in a direction that we might not necessarily want to directly travel, but it might be good to know.
So using the arcane eye to just sort of scout indiscriminately will take like an extremely long time. I don't know. Like what would you be looking for? Just kind of anything? Like how far out would you send it?
Well, it's landmarks. Like I want to be looking for landmarks, and it lasts for an hour, and so it seems like you kind of just send it in a direction. Like I couldn't do it for a whole shift either, because it doesn't last that long. But
okay, let me just have a look, because I've had a look at this in the past. So if you're kind of just searching a wilderness area, so these hexes are 40 miles center to center, side to side.
oh, that's bigger than I thought. This might not be worthwhile.
So it would take 13.5 hours to explore a single hex.
That's so many. Okay.
Yeah.
That
So
might
I'd
be
say
not worth
you-
it then. Never mind.
Yeah, you can probably send it out to like look for like a specific thing, but maybe not just to explore.
Gotcha.
Maybe send it to that landmass.
Yeah, because I think I can sit in the tiny hut and send it out, so I should be pretty relatively safe. And it looks like if I can do any math, which is maybe not great, it looks like maybe it can go about 3.5 miles, which is pretty far in an hour. So if I'm sending it to something specific, would that be more useful?
Yeah, you can do that if you think
Yeah.
if you want to go and have a look at a particular location. So you want to see if you can see the tower? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to do that, just post the spell and we can do that. Because that is, let me see, 5, so 10 miles. And how far does it move?
No. I think it moves 30 feet per round, so that's 30 feet every 6 seconds, right?
Okay,
For an hour. So I think I just did the math. I think it's 3.5 miles.
Oh, okay, yeah, it would need to move 30 miles to get to the
Oi.
That's so far.
Oh, sorry, sorry, not 30, 10 miles. 10 miles to reach the... It's basically 2 points, if you can kind of... We could say that 1 point, but that would still be like 5 miles. Which is why, like, I guess you can barely see that kind of landmass out there, especially over this, like, bubbly, steaming lake of blood. And yeah, so I guess... Yeah, I think even 5 miles is going to be too much. Now that I think about it. So, but you can like, for example, you can use the Trailblazer action to like mark this location on the map if that's what you want to do, which will like make it easier for you to find it in the future. So if you want to find this cave, maybe I will, if you want to do that, I think, let me just have a look at Trailblazer, if you actually need to do anything or if it's just automatic. Yeah, it looks like it's automatic. So we can just say that you do that and I'll draw like a little mark on this point. So if you look around for tracks, you can find the tracks of these yugoloths leading back into the caves, but you don't find anything else.
Okay. I was just wondering because it says you might be able to learn information about the nearby hostiles and avoid combat, and then if you find the trails, we could follow them. So
Yeah.
we could see if, like, where their tunnel entrances are, and...
If you want to actually follow the tracks all the way up to their tunnel entrances, then that would be... You can do that. Maybe give me a stealth check.
Okay.
You feel like doing that will be dangerous. You feel as you get closer, following these tracks up these rocks, that if you make the wrong move and they detect you and they become angered, you may result in everyone dying. based on what Lulu said. You don't know. They just seem dangerous. It seems like sneaking around their homes might be. It could be dangerous.
If there was about 6 of them before, there might be like a village of them.
Just checking. I just want to be sure.
But you don't know. I don't. I mean, they might talk to you, but I'm just letting you know. Like, just move.
I am taking the point now, and I'm not going to pick the lock at the door. Okay. I understand. I'll behave.
Yeah, you can see their footprints leading up to their cave.
Do I get any other sense of any other footprints around? Like
you don't find anything
like a
else.
number, just to be sure. Okay, just wanted to double check it and see.
I mean, you can see like a lot of footprints. It's hard to know. I mean, you know that there's at least like 10 of them. There might be more. It's hard to know.
Okay. Like
but I didn't want to give you the impression that you can't talk to them again if you wanted to do that. But I think just kind of creeping around might.
No, I just wanted to get an idea of like how many cave entrances there might be, or like if they could come in from like different sides. Like, are they only coming down from the one side? And if we wanted to talk to them again,
do you want to get how much kind of looking around to see these? You can't just. So you found these tracks, and you can kind of see that they're going up into the rocks.
Okay.
They kind of disappear into the rocks as they sort of leave the kind of pebbly, sandy area. You can't just see from looking the caves and where they kind of go. You think you can see looking up that there's like, you think you see maybe a cave over here and what looks like maybe a cave over here. It's difficult to get more information than that without doing much more kind of significant scouting.
Okay.
Which you can do.
I was mostly just going to do around like, mainly around the cave, our cave area, to see if there was a lot of points where they could maybe attack us.
Oh, you don't see any other entrance to your cave, but you can see that the area is, creatures could crawl from all sorts of places or come over the rocks from any direction.
Okay.
So, what do we do? What do you want to do? Are we just waiting here for a while, or?
I'd like to survey.
You want to try to survey? Okay. Give me a survival check.
Okay.
And let me just roll this. 14. 14. You can climb up onto the rocks and have a look around. You don't see from doing that you're not able to gain any particular information. Again, like looking out onto the lake, you see pretty much what you saw before. And in the other direction, you can see these sort of craggy cliffs sort of disappear into these kind of badland-looking areas with just this clay in the ground. You don't really see anything else other than that.
Definitely think. Sorry. While it's clear and it's not raining, we have to head back to the docks to Mad Maggie's sister, deliver this ball meat.
Okay, so we'll call it the next shift.
Should we head back the way we came?
I think so.
Yeah.
I guess, we know that there's nothing in the environment apart from acid rain that could kill us.
Actually, I will just roll for this shift to see if there's any weather conditions. There are no weather conditions.
Okay.
We can follow the lake back.
I think that's probably a smart idea.
Should we leave like a little note with Mordenkainen's minions? Just be like, hey, stop by to
Hi.
see you. Hi.
I think
Miss
they're
you.
pretty well aware, and I don't think we should probably pester them anymore unless we want to actively try to provoke them.
Like Lulu said, we might not even know that Morty will receive the message. Like they have plans of their own.
I mean, they don't seem like they want to attack us without Mordenkaimen's, without him saying that they should. So I feel like we could probably talk to them if you wanted to. I don't know. I just don't think we should be creeping around or being too rude to them. Is a lot. That'd be my inclination, my intuition.
Is there anything else we want to ask them?
I got nothing.
The only vibe I was getting was like, if he's been gone a long time, maybe they would be open to us looking for him. Like if something has happened, like if they feel like it's been longer than normal that he may be in jeopardy, but...
Well, isn't like one of the things that Mordenkainen does is just literally just go wherever he pleases, like in the plains? He just like hops around.
Yeah, Mad Maggie told you that his tower
Yeah.
is only here sometimes, that it has many other locations that it moves to.
I guess if there's nothing else. Oh. I don't want to provoke them.
I mean, I don't think we can like. I feel like if we want to keep an eye out, just see if we can like. We don't even know what Mordenkainen looks like. Unless we're going off the description of like, he's a guy.
Wizard, pointy hat,
Yeah, yeah,
long
like
beard,
I
pointy
mean,
hat.
Moves around in a tower.
Could be really into ladies. Don't know that yet. It's written on the list of the question mark.
Okay, well, why don't we take a 5-minute break here, and then then we can continue the shift from there.
Yeah, Red Ruth is able to predict things. Or like see things. So she could like she might know where Mordenkainen is.
it is the only other viable lead we have. Because like the wandering emporium is going to be like a shot in the dark of like, well, we somewhere out here. And then
Certainly don't want to explore this place blindly.
yeah, and then Bell's Forge, well, you're gonna have to find a letter of introduction. How do we get that? Uh-oh.
We could just write one for ourselves, which always works out very well.
Forge
Really lies
one.
online.
Hi, Bell. Here's my letter of introduction. It just says, I am permitted, over and over.
It says, please help me. Just like scrawled in crayon.
All right, well, what activities would you like to do for this shift?
I will ride the devil's bike and hope to God we don't be in the middle of an acid rainstorm in the middle of going back to where we came.
Okay, so you're just going to follow the lake back in the other direction?
Yeah.
Okay. Sentinel, helm.
Okay. Alright, one second.
Mahkah, do you want to drive or do you want me to drive? Or someone else can drive. That's just what we're normally going with.
Ethel was just asking you, Mahkah, if you wanted to drive.
Ethel can take the wheel. That's fine.
Ethel, take the wheel.
Exciting.
Jesus, take the wheel!
Action station.
One way of speeding this up is also probably to kind of often take the same actions. Yeah, I don't know.
Especially
I guess
for
we're
this, like,
following the lake back around, so
yeah, especially for like this leg of the journey, since we can actually just follow the lake around until we have to take the navigation duties again.
Yeah.
past the chain. Take a ride at the chain, at the end of the chain.
And what were you doing, Alina? Oh, I think you're on mute. Still on mute.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
there you go.
Yep. I mute sometimes on my microphone itself and sometimes on Zoom. So I'm like, which one is it?
Eeny, meeny,
I
miny, mo.
guess. Yeah, I'll just be a passenger for now.
Okay. So I will roll for combat. All right. And
Sorry, I didn't give you my position. I'll hold Sentinel.
Sentinel. Okay. So nothing happens as you are driving back. So go ahead and burn another 4 as we move back. 1, 2.
Whee!
Oh man. It is not designed to be used the way I'm using it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Shall we move another for another shift? We're just trying to get.
I think so.
Okay, cool.
Are we good with the same positions?
Yeah, same pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, there's no weather. You continue driving along these
Good.
the edge between these kind of craggy cliffs and this wasteland. And I will just see though if there is anything else going on here as you move along through this place that you've already been, but it's no longer raining. As you're driving through this area, you do see what look like, you've seen hellhounds before. You see actually a group of hellhounds. There are 3 hellhounds just sort of digging into some kind of corpse on the side of the road. But unless you wish to do anything about it, you can easily just drive past. One of them kind of looks at you, stops eating and looks up, and just this like smoke comes out of its nostrils, but it just then goes back to like ripping like flesh off whatever this corpse is. And you're able to keep driving. And
One question.
Yes?
Does it look like it's enjoying its food?
Give me an insight check.
Ooh.
It needs some herbs and spices on it.
Hard to tell from at the speed that you're moving past it. So everyone choose their activities. So you're doing the same activities, and so there's no combat, and so you don't need to navigate. So burn another 4 ichors, and then we'll go. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to here. And you drive back into this area where you again spot these enormous sundered chains.
Sorry, one question.
Okay.
I've only been burning 4 ichors for the demon grinder. Oh, is it for both of them? Sorry.
Yes, for
okay.
4 for each vehicle.
I see. I've only been burning 4 for just the demon
I think
grinder.
I also forgot about that. Burn another 8. That'll do.
Okay.
Or 12. Burn another 12.
Okay.
But otherwise I'll just keep note of the power in these things. Where am I? 7. Otherwise, nothing else happens. And we can move to the next shift. And there are 2 shifts in the day left. And you haven't slept for the day.
So, if the party wishes to continue just running across the road, I would like to take this opportunity, if we want to keep moving, to take the scouts. So, once we have to depart from the lake, that way, that next time we have to do a navigation check, it will be at least normal or advantage.
If you do keep moving at this point, you'll start becoming exhausted. Just so you know.
Nap time.
I thought we could do 4 shifts in a vehicle without then taking a rest. Because didn't we just do that?
Yeah, but we're at shift 5 and there's 6 shifts in a day and you haven't had a rest during this day.
Alright.
But yeah, you can otherwise drive for 4 shifts in a row, but yeah, you haven't had a rest, so it's up to you though. You would just get a con save. You might be fine.
I'm losing track of the day. That's fine. I'll take a long rest.
Okay, so you don't have time then to look around for a... I'll tell you in the future, just so we're a little bit more aware of the number of shifts. I'll tell you like what number we're up to as we go. But you don't really have time to look around and everything. You're all just exhausted. So you just kind of get out of these machines. Do you do anything to... What do you do to... Where do you sleep?
Take the keys out.
Yeah. Can we just do very basic things, like sort of park it like in an area that looks kind of darker or more secluded, and maybe set up a tiny hut there?
Yeah, and I'm guessing we're taking shifts, so.
Yep, so I just wanted to know basically if you're going to use the tiny hut or if you're going to just kind of sleep out in the open, or how do you want to...
Oh, right.
Do the tiny hut again.
Okay, so in that case, everyone give me a 1, 2, or 3, depending on which watch you want to take.
Oh.
And Alina, what do you want to do for your... So you've tranced, you've done a 3-hour vigil, and then you can do one of these other things if you want to.
I'll just sentinel, I guess.
Okay. Alright, nothing happens during the night. And... that is that shift. I'll just check to see if there's any... Sweet. No more. No more acid rain. Okay, the night goes by, or the shift goes by, also uneventful, and you can wake up back in shift 1. The weather remains pretty much the same. It's just windy out here. You can see kind of dust being blown along the plains, and you still see down below this blood-colored lake just bubbling. It's just continues to just bubble, almost like boiling, like it's boiling.
Does Ethel have vials?
What?
Does Ethel have a glass vial?
Oh, I think... Yeah, I have 10 of them. I don't remember. Sometimes, we've been playing this game for a long time. Sometimes Ethel made choices that I don't remember.
I just am curious about this blood water. Could we get a sample in one of these glass vials?
Can I mage hand a blood vial?
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're going to kind of, head down to the water, you would need to take an active shift.
Oh, okay.
You've just woken up, so we're in a new shift. But you can do that.
I see.
You can do that, though.
I don't think it's worth.
I mean, we have to drive back in here anyway if we might get a chance to see Mordenkainen anyway.
I mean, you know what? I'm thinking actually, it's a very quick thing. I'm sure you could do that while Ethel's packing up the tiny hut. Oh no, Ethel's got to do the actual. I'm sure you have a moment to do that. I
was gonna say I can mage hand it if you want.
Yes, please.
I can also do that. Well, Ethel packs up the tiny hut.
And as you head down to this lake to collect this sample, what do you do anything else? Do you just kind of walk down there, like?
No whistling.
No whistling.
Oh, no
Very
whistling.
silent.
Okay, yeah.
No whistling. I will
So
check
not the
to make
default
sure.
whistling that I imagine everyone's doing.
Check to make sure like there's stable ground, so we're not gonna like tumble into the water and disintegrate into bones.
Give me a survival check if you want to check the ground.
Can I be helping Alina? Maybe like also looking for spots.
Are you proficient in survival?
No.
Maybe not in this case.
Okay.
Then.
Very good.
Okay, you make your way down.
Okay.
You kind of slip and slide a little bit as you're heading down here, but you manage to stay on your feet. And you make a lot of noise. You haven't tried to move quietly. You weren't whistling, but there's rocks and things like tumbling down into the water, and you can hear like your footsteps echoing. Maybe you're talking to each other a little bit. But luckily nothing happens. No creatures emerge. But you don't know
how far down is it?
It's like some way down, like I don't know, maybe like 100 feet or something. You got to do a bit of a walk down to.
Okay, just curious. Okay.
But otherwise, you're able to collect a sample of this blood. So Ethel, if you would like to just burn one of these vials, one of your vials.
Sure. I wasn't sure. I was like trying to look and see if I could transfer it at all, and I was like, that didn't even do anything.
And then I'll just create a vial.
Thank you, my friends.
Oh, I know the wrong thing. There you go. Vial of blood. Well, you don't know if it's blood, but it's a vial of like blood-colored stuff.
Cool.
And in the vial, you notice that it's very hot, especially as you get close to this lake. You can tell very clearly that this lake is boiling. That is why it's bubbling.
Just a question.
It's like hot to even get near it. Yes.
With the vial, is it maintaining its integrity?
It doesn't seem to break down as a result of having this blood in it.
Okay.
But the vial of blood, as I'm calling it, is now in your inventory, Alina.
Is the vial still hot as well?
Let me think. It just continues to boil. It just keeps
Hot
bubbling.
water bottle.
I'm gonna mage hand it to JL and be like, and like just like.
This will be good for a cold night.
Until you get your Maribel back, JL.
Boiling vial of blood. Okay, it's in your inventory now, Jean Lamore.
Cool. Thank you.
Otherwise,
Is it my favorite time of day? Breakfast time?
it is breakfast time, so everyone
Breakfast time.
that wants to burn a
Is it a saving throw or a check?
con save.
I don't know why it makes me laugh so much. To just be like, this food is so gross. It's the idea of everyone like sitting around like,
Alina, that's the second day in a row. And
my
Ethel.
It's nearly a puke circle.
Yeah, it's another puke sesh.
cold camp this morning in hell. There's a boiling blood lake, and you're just choking down the worst food.
Okay, so Alina and Ethel, you can either consume another ration or go hungry.
Right, wait.
You're like in between like pukes.
Okay, and oh wait, sorry, Alina, did you eat another ration? Oh, you did. Oh, so Mahkah, you didn't eat one previously?
Yeah.
Oh, you just made the con save and then okay, sweet. All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
what?
I couldn't. Yeah.
What does everyone do for this shift?
Same thing.
Same thing.
Move along.
So everyone does the same thing. I'm going to do the scout action. So if by the time we come back to the next shift, since we have to depart from the lake, it will be at least navigating with advantage, I'm assuming.
I was gonna ask Ethel if you want me to take over because we might be leaving the road shortly.
Oh yeah, if we're not
To
following the lake anymore, I'll give up my beautiful driver's seat.
Well, remember the navigator probably wants to be in the
Yeah.
passenger seat, not the driver's
Oh
seat.
right, yeah.
Because if you're driving along, you gotta be like looking at your map while you're driving.
So you're just pointing out which way to go, and Ethel is taking dangerously sharp turns around rocks.
Okay, so
Like,
go ahead and post your chosen activities.
So I'll be like mark a map.
Okay.
You're my GPS.
Yeah.
Please take a sharp turn off of the ways of the Blood Lake.
Don't forget, Mahkah, that you have a magic map. Just a little hint there. I feel like you've forgotten.
I've forgotten. I lost track of days.
Okay, Alina's at an action station. So Rain, just keep in mind that. Just remind me if I forget that you will give advantage, or that you'll return from scouting in the next shift. Ethel's at the helm. Okay, Jean Lamour's sentinel, and Angelo is the navigator. Who's Angelo? Mahkah is the navigator. Okay.
He doesn't exist on this plane.
Okay. Jean Lamour, you don't see anything?
Mm-hmm.
Angelo... Sorry, fuck. Jean Lamour, go ahead and... Oh, Jesus. I don't know what I'm saying. What am I saying? It really fucking confuses me that, like, it says Angelo, but then above it says Mahkah. So I'm like...
Yeah.
Okay.
no.
Mahkah, and the one that controls Mahkah, whose name is Angelo, who doesn't exist on this plane, give me a survival check.
Flat roll? Yeah, for now, I think, yeah.
No, it should be a disadvantage, I believe, because... Let me have a look.
Oh, I thought we're still following the lake.
Oh,
and
sorry.
then next
I'm
round.
sorry. If you are still
Oh, yeah.
following the lake, then you don't even need to do that. That is true. Okay.
Good point.
All right.
We're
So
following the lake really, really well.
1, 2, 3, 4. We can move over to here, and so burn another 8
8.
ichors.
Yep.
How are we holding up now with the demon ichors?
We have but 77 demonicas left.
Ooh, ha ha ha.
This means we can move 10 more times. 5 more days. Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, you don't see anything. You don't see anything around, so we can move to the next shift. What do we do for this shift? Well, hold on. We'll just see if there's... Bloody hell. Okay. The weather remains fine. The terrain doesn't change, and let me just see though if there's anything else that you see. No, you don't see anything else. You're able to keep driving along this lake. Okay, and so what are your activities this time? Same thing?
Same.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay. All right. Burn me another 16 ichors. Nothing
16?
else. Oh, sorry. 8.
8, okay.
And nothing else happens.
53! 110! Okay. Okay.
All right, and we can move to the next shift.
We move?
Yes. Didn't I move you? Yeah, I moved you to there.
I don't think you moved us. That's
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no.
Oh, I thought that was where I was moving you. Sorry, I must have missed the... Okay, my bad.
was like,
So in that case...
what?
In that case, Mahkah, give me a navigation check.
With advantage because of the scouting coming back.
Okay.
Okay, so with the scouting, though...
Or normal, at least.
Let me just have a look at that. Yeah. It would be... I think it would be normal.
Survival?
Because the scout... And also, let me just see if there's any... Yeah, so a survival check... A normal survival check, and it also would allow you all to, it might let you know if there's creatures about. But you don't see any creatures about when you come back to the party, but yeah, so just a flat roll. 17 is good. Okay, so where do you move?
1, 2, to 0.3 still. So east.
Oh yeah, sweet. 1, 2, 3, and another one. Oh, sorry, you were using my shitty system that... Oh, you were watching back on the video.
I did. Actually, that's what he's talking about.
I realized almost immediately it was just easier to say northeast, southwest. Kind of. Anyway. Okay, so that is the end of that shift. And now we are on the third shift. So... Weather remains the same. And this area is... We are back in just this, where are we?
Can we see Fort Knucklebone from here? Since it was a large outcrop of,
Not from where you are. You basically can't
Okay.
see past your point. Unless you take an activity to do that. But you're driving through this hilly area. And... in this hilly area, it is just a barren, hilly area. And
Go
the
back
wind
to-
continues to blow. And all you see is just sand and dirt. And what are your activities for the shift?
Same thing.
Same thing.
I think. Okay.
Are we going back to Fort Knucklebone to restock?
What should we restock on? Like ichor and stuff?
Yeah.
because
Because I don't know how far the docks are.
I was even going to say from the docks to Maggie's sister's place.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
apologize for destroying her.
Destroying her.
Actually, oh yeah. Because Maggie said there was like a ferry across that we could get. We don't even know if we can take these vehicles on there because they're pretty big.
Maybe we can. Did we ask her?
No, you didn't ask her that.
Maybe we should ask her as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do a quick sending. Hey, can we keep
But we do need more demon ichor.
That is true.
So yeah, I think we should go back and get
And
some.
repairs. Maybe.
Oh, screamer repair. Okay.
Okay.
The demon's ride.
give me a survival check, Mahkah, just a flat one. I assume Kensei went out to scout again. You just keep going out and scouting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a flat navigation check. Nice. Okay.
You know the way.
And I take it you're moving to Fort Knucklebone.
Yeah.
So that will only use four ichors all up.
Oh, very good.
And nothing gets in your way. There are no encounters so far. And you can return to Fort Knucklebone. And these red caps and madcaps kind of greet you and tease you again as you head in here. And you see pretty much the same scene. Lots of shrapnel and junk everywhere. Boggles running around with gear and selling things in the shops. And these Kenku running around fixing things. What do you do?
Can we go back to Mr. Tempting Fez to get some ichor?
All right. Well, maybe we'll do this quickly. As much as I would love to play Mr. Tempting again. Hey, what would you like? But you're back so soon. I knew you would come back.
Some of your finest demon ichor.
Once you have shopped with Tempting, you never go anywhere else. Okay, what you like? How much demon ichor you want this time?
How much did we get last time?
How much was the demon ichor per like can or whatever it was?
Yeah,
Okay.
10 gold pieces for 10 vials, I think.
Let me have a look.
Was this the best place to get it?
It's the only place to get it. No. Mr. Tempting said that. Mr. Tempting said that.
I thought when I listened back to the video, they were selling like jerry cans of it
Yeah.
somewhere else, and he was just giving us little vials.
No, I mean, you've probably been buying it in jerry cans, but it's just we're keeping track of it in terms of vials because it makes it easier in terms of the point system. But it is 20 vials for 10 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Vials for 10 gold.
Right.
Can I assess the value of my hairbrush and pearl necklace in inventory, please?
Yes. Okay, give me...
Alina, you might recall as well, wood is quite expensive here as well. So if you got any wood items.
Okay.
Okay, where am I? So what was the first one, sorry? Your brush.
A hairbrush, yes.
Hairbrush. Oh yeah, give me an intelligence check for that.
It's got blue stones in it. It's fancy.
DC 15.
Intelligence. Where? There we go. Wow. Yep. Oh, 15. Nice. So good at these.
Yeah, you can't say. You don't know. You're not sure what these gems are. You think it might be made out of silver, this brush. You've seen a lot of silver, but you're not sure about the gems. And what was the other thing?
The pearls.
Pearls. Oh yeah, give me another intelligence check for that. This one's just DC 11. Yeah, like you've worked with pearls a bit, perhaps as a tailor here and there. At least you've seen plenty of them on customers and such. You think that these are worth 250 gold pieces.
Damn. Sorry.
Okay. Alright. I'm not the best charismatic person here. These are expensive.
Well, maybe just so we don't have another shopping session, we'll just kind of skip through this one a little bit quicker. You can just have 250 gold pieces if you want to. If you just want to burn that.
Yeah. Perfect.
And yeah.
So, well, in terms of the demon ichor, we have 147 platinum pieces and 68 gold pieces in the bag of holding. There's a lot of money. If we get 100 demon ichors, we'll only spend 50 gold pieces of that.
I think we need 100. We were up in the hundreds before, at least.
Yeah. Does that sound good?
Yeah, no, that's more than fair.
Okay. Let me burn my gold.
You are lucky. I just got another shipment of Demonica in. I am well stocked and well prepared. Best customers ever.
It was a big wave that pushed it in. Made many people gather a lot of things.
When did you start talking like that?
Infectious.
It's contagious.
Yeah.
Demonica is collected by the other warlords and often sold to Mr. Tempting. Oh, they do not know me as Mr. Tempting.
They called me by one of the worst names.
Would there be an umbrella that repels acid rain in this bucket?
You can only buy whatever is in the player's handbook, so no.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If you want magic items, you have to find the Wandering Emporium. I have heard all kinds of things there. I should give them my resume, in fact. Mr. Tempting is best salesman.
Okay. Was there anything else we should get?
Should we just buy
What
like a
about
bunch of rations?
Oh yeah,
stick them in the bag of holding?
definitely.
Also, drop off the broken screamer thing to see maybe they can fix it up.
Okay, so you can probably head to one of the other tents to buy rations. They cost, I think, 5 silver pieces each, if I remember correctly. So maybe Jean Lemore, if you want to do the money and...
Yes. So how many rations do we need each?
I'll just say make it nice and easy and just probably say
10 rations each?
yeah, like what is it, like 5 gold, so 50 rations, and just put them in the bag of holding.
Oh yeah, okay. So 5 gold, is it?
I can pay for something too.
And we'll just divvy that later.
Yeah, I'm just
Rations.
taking it from the bag of holding, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gold, was that 5 gold pieces for 50 rations?
So 5 silver pieces each. So 5 gold pieces
That'll
for
be
10.
50 silver. Yeah.
5 gold pieces for 10, is it?
Yeah, 5 gold pieces for 10.
Yeah.
So then we need 50.
50
Is
for
it
100.
Okay.
25 gold pieces, right?
Wait, what? Oh, oh no,
I'm
oh
baffled.
no.
Are we doing basic math?
Yeah,
Wait.
like just
I was trying
tens
to be
math.
helpful
I've
and I
said it
made worse.
before. I can't even do my
10.
tens.
10 rations.
Is it 10 silver per
Okay.
1 gold?
No.
It's 5 silver
sorry,
for 1
yes.
ration.
5. Okay, and then 5
So it's
silver
1
pieces for
gold.
1
It's
ration.
1 gold for 2 rations. Which
Yeah,
means if you
1
want
gold
100,
for
then
2
it's
rations.
then
Like
it's
1 gold for 2 rations.
Then it's 100
50
is for
rations, that's
50
25
rations.
gold.
I'm lost. Sorry.
So 50 rations. Yes, it is 50 rations for 25 gold.
oh 50
Listen, I said that and you went, what? So
Sorry, I
hard,
thought
really
you. I
just
thought you were
I
saying.
could-
I think it's because I thought you were going to buy 100 rations for some reason. I wasn't paying attention.
so
At least I think that. Maybe I'm just lying. Maybe I just. No, I don't want to admit that I'm.
No, I
can't
just
do,
like
can't
never
do my
done-
tens.
like I just was like, I was like, damn, I really don't know any math.
Is it 10 gold pieces for each platinum piece as well? Is that
Yes.
the conversion too? Okay. Okay. So what am I doing?
2 platinum and 5 gold, or 25 gold.
Oh yes, that's good. Thank you. That's very good. Okay. And then we have. Wait, how many rations? 50
So then,
rations.
in the
That's,
bag,
yeah,
of,
that's 50 rations.
maybe
Okay.
if you just chuck them in the bag of holding, then you can do that as well.
Hey, there's 14 rations in the bag of holding already.
Nice.
The way we've been counting those rations.
Oh, up in the.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay. What else are we doing at Fort Knucklebone?
Dropping off the broken screamer shooter things. Maybe they can fix it back next time we get through here.
Okay, so you go and see Chaka and Clonk, and let me see, where have I got stuff on the war machines? Okay. So So they tell you with a variety of things that have been said to them before and strange sounds and clucks and squawks that they can fix these weapons. They'll basically fix the weapon for a fifth of the price, and so the price of the screamer is 1 soul coin.
Whoa!
So they'll do it for a fifth of a soul coin, and they'll install it for you.
Question: did we work it out the value? Like,
Yeah, so the value of the soul
coin?
coin is 10 platinum pieces. So 100 gold pieces.
2 platinum.
So it's 20 gold pieces, basically.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah. Okay, let me get rid of that.
And so you want to install it as well?
Yeah.
Oh, if we can install it, even better.
They'll do that for you as well if that's what you want to do.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
let's replace one of the harpoon slingers with this thing, because that's way better.
Okay.
Spin it around.
Awesome. All right, so I'll drop this down to 1 harpoon flinger, and then the screamer. Where was the screamer? Oh, okay. So the screamer, I don't. Let me think. Hold on. Operator targets 1 creature. Because I feel like it's going to need to go on the front. Why would that necessarily be? Malcolm juts out from this station. Doesn't say so, actually. Okay.
Maybe
Weapon station can be
on
switched.
the
One weapon station can be switched for another. No, I think it's fine.
maybe
Seems
on the
fine.
tormentor that was the position of the weapon.
Yeah, I think it was like the only.
Yeah.
Okay. Scream. Infernal Screamer. All right. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Put in the features, but I'll move it up to these actions later. Or maybe I'll try to. Here we go. 1 action. Okay. Cool. Just
Also, can we ask around about how we get these, if we can get these war machines on the ferry across the lake?
Did you do the 20 gold pieces for the action
Yes,
station?
I gave up 2 platinum pieces.
Oh yeah, platinum pieces. Okay, cool. Okay, you ask them if you can get the war machines across the river Styx. Chaka is like, and this produces this sound of like waves, and you hear what sounds like a large vessel like moving across water or some liquid or something like that. And then Clonk opens its beak and makes the sound of like marching. It sounds like a large military force, like, and you can hear this like demon shouting. It sounds like demons or devils or something like that, calling out in infernal. So it's probably devils. And they kind of they shake their heads and kind of, you know, they're like,
I think it's good. Let's do it.
I'll say, like, you know, you can continue to play charades with them long enough. You get the impression that the only way
Transport
to
armies.
like it might be you would need some sort of military grade transport to get your war machines across, that you might not be able to just find something that can do it without the aid of an army, perhaps.
So going to the Hobgoblin docks won't be allowing us to transport these vehicles?
You start to get that impression the longer you speak with them.
Okay. And repairs. At least the Devil's Ride, because we lost 3 AC points.
Yeah, so repairs you can do, or they can do. And just having a look here. Oh yeah, okay, Chaka and Clonk will repair the armor. They need scraps. And the corrosion, if it's like, how much corrosion was it? 2 or 3? I can't remember what the original
I think it
Devil's Ride was 2.
Yeah.
A 2 on the Devil's Ride.
And then the grinder was 1 AC.
Okay. So yeah, they'll need a scrap probably per AC.
So we have 1 scrap,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do we want to do the Devil's Ride or the...
I'd say we'll do, like, repairing the Devil's Ride makes more sense because Devil's Ride has no hit points compared to, like, the Demon Grinder. The Demon Grinder can take a lot more abuse before the Devil Ride.
And plus you're out and about.
Yeah, because a lot of the weapons I'm seeing can, like, easily take out the Devil's Ride if it hits. Like...
Okay.
Yeah, because the Wrecking Ball alone on the back of the Demon Rider will just take it out if it just gets up close and it just has a string of bad luck against us.
Yeah, so they'll do that for 10 gold pieces. It can increase it to AC 22 on the Devil's Ride.
Okay. 10 gold.
Lock it in. Lock it in, Eddie.
And they also they also remind you that there is a lot of scrap out there in the desert that you might be able to find.
Yeah, apparently we're blind as shit, though, so...
You have
It's not raining.
Yeah, we look around, we're like, we can't find shit.
You have to do the scavenge activity,
Oh.
Yeah.
which you can also use to look for food, water, or demon ichor, I believe.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay.
Ichor is kind of found sometimes just on the ground because of just combat between demons and devils.
Do we have how much these things weigh?
Which things?
Our machines.
Oh yeah, they listed out and
Yep.
Yep.
Devil's Ride
Has
is 500 pounds, and the Demon Grinder is
okay.
12,000 pounds.
Okay, gotcha.
Do any of us have smith's tools or tinker's tools?
I have Smith's tools.
Okay, so we can attempt to repair them if we need to.
Yeah, it's just that I won't have any proficiency dealing with them, but I do have them.
Okay. It doesn't, yeah, it just says attempt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we leave these 2 vehicles here so that when we get to the Hobgoblin Knocks, we don't have to worry about trying to get someone to look after these things?
Yeah, Chukka and Clonk say that they would be happy to look after these machines for you. They also do ask about the Tormentor.
No comment. We got you a better one.
They ask about that as I feel like they're repairing the Devil's Ride, and I just feel like I just point at it. That's all that's left.
We were attacked by another warlord, and we took his machine because he took off. Well, he destroyed yours. Sorry about that.
Chukka says in Mad Maggie's voice,
A good trade is just as good as coin.
You're welcome.
"Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir."
Did they have anything like infernal bicycles here?
That's the Devil's Ride.
Yeah, no.
Just,
Oh, scooters. I'm sorry.
Segways.
yeah.
Skateboards.
Wheelies.
Paddleboards for the blood thing.
Did Mad Maggie, when we went to see her, she seemed like she was a big tinkerer lady, but did she seem like she would have any, like, actual spells or not? Like, I know stuff.
You probably you feel that she, given you, I think I remember that you knew some things about hags. You think that there's a good chance that she would know some magic.
Okay.
Probably fey magic of some kind.
I guess maybe if we're leaving the bikes behind, it's not as useful, but I do think that Jean Lamour's idea earlier of balloon bike could potentially be feasible if I could get Flaming Disc, which is a first level spell. So I Ooh, I just spilled my tea on my computer. That's so lovely. Okay.
Shit.
Oh no!
I've destroyed a computer by spilling
It's okay.
stuff
There
on it
wasn't much left.
You can speak to her, but she's not able to. She's not a wizard. She doesn't know that kind of magic. She doesn't have like
great.
scrolls or like a spell book or anything. She has more kind of innate magic from her from her species and from her history as a fae creature.
Is her sister's on the way to the Hobgoblin docks or across?
It's a cross. It's
okay.
in the bone brambles.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. I was like, can't we just leave I thought it was on this side and we could leave the machines with her and then cross, but okay. Cool. Good to know.
They explained to you actually, Chuck and Clonk, that you can leave vehicles at the Hobgoblin docks. They provide that service there as well.
Are they trustworthy?
They indicate that it's hard to trust anyone in Avernus.
Including you. I guess they're not really ours anyway, in that sense. But yeah.
I mean, we could just drive them over, leave them there. Get to the brambles.
Hopefully not die along the way.
It's
Easy
always
peasy.
vehicles.
Faster and safer route, probably, than walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just bought a bunch of demon ichors and stuff, so.
All right, let's drive over to the Hobgoblin docks then.
Okay, so as you're leaving the machine shop and heading back towards the front gate, you're driving... Oh no, you need to drive out through this side gate, I suppose, because you're still in these machines. But as you're driving past, you see two imps surrounded by a group of redcaps. And you watch as they begin brawling and fighting each other. And several of these redcaps gang up and begin essentially shivving and cutting one of these imps to pieces
Oh my god.
with these kind of curved blades. And you just see this as you're driving out.
Not
do
my
anything?
circus, not my monkeys.
Very documentarian mindset here.
But I will say that maybe Lulu says like,
I think one of those redcaps might be that one-eyed WotC that imp was trying to get us to kill.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
Well,
Well, it seems like he's probably getting what his comeuppance for.
I suppose so. It makes me sad.
Oh, Lulu.
It's just such an evil place.
I mean, honestly, once you get past the awful food and the acid rain, that's really all that bad.
Look at all this open space there is out there.
I mean, I'm not saying I'll build a summer home back here, but once you avoid all these problems, it's
summer home.
By
Alright.
the lake.
Okay, so as you head back out into this hilly area, the weather remains constant, and you don't see much else that you don't recognize, but we'll move into the next shift, so if everyone wants to choose their activities. Actually, what I might say, actually, is as part of this shift, before we do any of that, I take it you're going to drive towards these Hobgoblin docks. Actually, yeah, everyone choose your activities.
So that's the question. If there's docks and we're in Knucklebone, there must be a fair bit of traffic up and down. So is there like a road that's leading in that direction?
Actually, before I answer that, you're at shift 5 and you haven't slept. This is the beginning of shift 5.
Oh.
Have you got something different? I could definitely make a mistake.
I had it that we've moved 3 times, and then in our 3rd shift we arrived at Fort Knucklebone.
Yeah, I'm saying that was a shift. Because you had to kind of go in there, spend a few hours.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so you've only got 2 shifts left in the day, so I don't know, you might want to sleep. We can say that you just take a sleep in Fort Knucklebone.
Yeah,
let's do that, and then we'll...
Yeah. Okay, so if everyone wants to eat for the morning, at least we still need to do that.
That's...
DC 8.
Dude, I choke this stuff down like nobody's business. I actually like it today.
Started to accept your fate.
Like, actually, today, pretty tasty.
Everyone's accepting their fate.
Ooh, I gotta accept mine.
Jeez.
Then
Awesome.
I'm also rolling my
We're all
port
getting a
rolls.
stomach. That's good.
We're getting used to this place.
Yeah, next time we're all gonna circle around each other.
Okay.
I'm wondering.
Sorry.
Okay,
what I might do for this one is give me... I'm going to move us... you want to move, I take it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Which direction do you want to move in? We'll do that first.
So we know where the docks are because they're marked on our map from Fort Knucklebone.
Yes.
So is there
yes.
a road or track or path of travel between the two?
Yeah, okay, if you want to do that, in that case, we'll choose our activities. Somebody will need to choose the tracker activities to look for trucks.
Okay, I'll go tracker.
I will drive again, I guess.
Can I
Yep.
assist Alina?
Are you driving?
No, I wasn't driving before. Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
okay. It just depends if
Let
you're
me-
if you're navigating. I don't think you can either, but it depends what you're doing.
Oh, sorry, just have to quick read.
Actually, can you even look for trucks as part of a when you're moving? I forget.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't have tracker.
Yeah, I think you need to
the
actually
war
take an
machine.
active shift to have a look around, especially while you're in War Machine, because you're just driving along in this thing. You can't really see.
Okay, navigator.
Okay, so not looking for trucks. It was a good idea.
Oh well, it's up to the party. It's
Yeah.
I mean,
because I would think there'll be a fair amount of travel between the two.
Yeah.
we can probably just take one active shift just to look for the tracks and stuff, and then maybe gather stuff. Maybe there happens
Yeah,
to
like-
be stuff around here.
Yeah, we can do some foraging as well during this
At the
time.
very least, I can scout. So if we have to move and we don't find the trail, we can at least travel with a normal survival check. So maybe we don't get lost on the way trying to find this docks.
Okay.
Cool.
So
If that's the case, I'll assist Alina.
Forager.
So
All
that
right.
means, Captain General, if we want to do something other than the helm, well, everyone else is looking around for shit.
and also, Mahkah, you were... Oh, just post assist in there. Yeah, sweet. Thank you. Just makes it easy for me to process them. And, yeah, Ethel, did you want to... Are you just chilling at the helm? Oh, you might...
I mean, I could just chill down.
Sorry, you're probably, cleaning
Be
your
fine.
keyboard at this point.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. It's
Okay.
not very much.
Sweet.
But
Okay, all right.
is Kenway still scouting?
Yes.
Okay, then I can just assist with that.
Okay, sweet. All right. Okay, so Kensei and Ethel, just keep in mind that you'll return in the next shift. Okay. So, Alina, give me a perception check, I'm thinking. Oh no, it probably won't be. Sorry, it'll probably be survival. Sorry, bear with me. Where am I? Tracker. Yeah, give me a survival check. And we're in a hilly environment. Do you have advantage?
Because
Mahkah is helping you.
assisted?
Okay, sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, so with advantage.
Okay.
And the DC is not 7. So unfortunately, well, you know what?
Sorry.
Give me one more roll.
Okay.
Because Angelo's right, there would be quite a lot of traffic. Okay, you still don't find tracks. You think that because of all the acid rain that has just been pouring down on this whole region, the area is just like muddy, and it just looks, now the ground is sort of hardening as it's drying, and it just looks like if there were tracks here recently, they've been covered up. You're not able to find any, unfortunately. I don't know if that description would actually make it easier to find tracks, but that's your theory, not mine. Okay, and Jean Lamour as the forager. Give me... Okay, so do you want to look for rations, water, ichor, or scrap?
Maybe scrap.
Okay, give me a survival check.
Survival check.
DC 16. Nice!
Hey!
Okay, so with scrap, you find... Give me a 1d4. You find 2 pieces of scrap,
Hooray!
which you're able to salvage, and you can probably put them in the demon grinder.
Uh-huh.
I'll just change this scrap that's in here. Oh, so the scream, the broken scream is no longer there. Oh, wait, the scrap was in the bag of holding.
Oh.
So, scrap, where did that go? Oh, war machine scrap. Okay, so I'll just change that to a 2, seeing as you got rid of that other one. Okay, and that was your active shift. Nothing else happens, I don't think. Okay. So, we move to the next shift. The weather remains the same.
That's...
And so, what do you do now? I take it you're moving?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, what I might do in this shift is what I was going to do before, because you wanted to have a look. So, yeah, okay. Which direction do you want to move in? Don't worry about your activities this time.
What is it, like northeast or something?
Maybe towards
North,
this
northeast,
thing.
or east, north.
Okay, so like this way?
Yeah.
And then east from there, I guess.
Okay, so you only make it 5 miles, so burn 2 ichors.
Uh-oh.
Another rocket trucker comes out of nowhere.
His
it was
twin brother.
It was like basically in this same location, practically.
Cursed.
Did you burn those ichors?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. As you drive up in this direction, you see before you a 2-wheeled infernal war machine, another devil's ride, parked next to a large rock. And standing atop the rock, peeing into the hot wind, is a slender, elf-like figure. He's wearing like leather armor. He's got like a sword strapped to his side, and he's got long red hair that's like tied up in a bun. And he kind of, corrects himself and jumps back down off this rock, and you can see that he appears to have green skin, but otherwise he's quite human looking. And as you kind of drive towards him, he smiles. He's by himself. And you just see him, you're quite close, you're going to drive past him. He just gives you this big, happy grin. Almost a goofy grin. And like, waves at you and sort of indicates for you to stop. What do you do?
His name is Max, I swear to God.
Guys, I want his stuff.
I feel like he may also want our stuff.
I heard leather armor. How shiny is that armor?
Readily, Ethel's gonna hit the brakes unless someone.
I'm slowing down because this piques my interest.
Okay.
All of a sudden, out of the hellscape is this a green-skinned elf with reddish hair.
I'm on Hell
Can I run?
I'm staying in the Hell Screamer.
Yeah. Mahkah
Oh,
wants
nice.
to not actually look at the elf, but around his surroundings to making sure that they're not being ambushed. Like, not at the actual character, but just... Yeah.
Making sure that no,
On the
like,
plane.
armada
That's why
of like, war machines come riding over the distance.
Can
Give
I
me
run
a-
to the chopper?
So like it... Oh, like you... Oh, like because you're in the war machine and you want to like jump over to the chopper at the front? Yeah, that's alright. You can do that. As like Ethel is like pulling on the brakes. Stepping on the brakes, whatever the brakes, pressing on the brakes. And Mahkah, give me a perception check. I don't know what the brakes are. Or are they
A
like?
big old lever? I don't know. It should be one of those like really giant pull down levers that needs like two hands. It's a horrible design.
Like one with like multiple hinges, like.
Yeah.
Mahkah, you don't see anything on the horizon other than this big rock. There's actually not much else in this landscape. It's kind of hilly, but there aren't many other rocks around. You don't see many places where people could hide, but you're not 100% sure.
Okay.
So as you pull over, this elf who looks actually like a pretty unusual elf. Like I said, like green skin. If anyone wants to just sort of identify this elf-looking fellow, you can give me like an Arcana check, or a nature check.
He's something.
Alina, you could. Oh yeah, Alina, you're able to recognize that this.
I was gonna say.
You think that this is not just an elf, but an Eladrin.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
Eladrin being a sort of like Fey elves, like elves that like would typically live in the Feywild. So it's quite strange that he would be here, but then it's also strange that you're here. It's strange that Mad Maggie's here. There seem to be many creatures living in Avernus. Who knows how they got here originally? Maybe they, like Lulu can kind of surmise that the ancestors of many creatures were taken here as slaves, or they traveled here as adventurers or explorers, or they came here for other reasons, seeking power. But yeah, he kind of comes over and says, "Hello, I'm glad you stopped. What brings you this way?"
The dogs.
Ah. Bargriviak's docks, as they call them, the hobgoblins.
Do you know the way?
Yes, it is just over there. But tell me, you aren't by any chance... He kind of like looks at the side of your demon grinder. You aren't by any chance responsible for killing Ragged Ragger and the Gorgot's gang? He's like grinning this entire time.
Well, we do have his right.
No, but who's this Gogatz? Never heard of him.
Give me a deception check.
Is that a lie, though? You said we just guessed his name.
You knew his name, though. This Eladrin sort of chuckles. He looks very knowing. He's he sees that you have this infernal war machine. He says, yes, of course, yes, yeah. He taps his nose. I should explain. My name is Smiler. I am known as Smiler. Smiler the Defiler, in fact.
Ooh.
And I have, for some time, had issues with, well, many warlords, but Ragadraga was one of them. A major pain in my ass. And I was rather excited to come across this wreckage of a tormentor before, and I found Ragadraga dead, and many of his wereballs and were-rats also. And now I see you driving in his vehicle. So it seems like you might have done me a favor, a big favor.
You're welcome.
Pleasure to be of service.
So what do we get in return for said favor?
Well, I did not even know that you were a customer. Or is it I that it would be the customer? I did not know that I was a customer.
Now you do.
Well, you have shown me what you can do. Perhaps I could nudge you in the direction of creating more corpses. Is that something that? Where are you from? You don't look like you are from Avernus.
Well, same could be said for you, friend.
Ah, indeed. He gives you that big grin again. I was stranded here a long time ago. My companions, they said I was mad. Perhaps they were right.
Who was your companions?
Other Eladrin from the Feywild. We came here on a quest, but I found I could enjoy other things in this place anyway. I was not sad to see them go.
You, my good sir, seem very capable of extinguishing your enemies
Perhaps
by
once.
yourself.
Perhaps once, but not anymore. You see, my gang, my war band, the Defilers, they were killed. They were wiped out by the Gorgut's gang, and also Bitterbreath and Feanor and Princeps Kovic.
Bitterpips. Are they other warlords?
Very good at making enemies.
Yeah. So who are you friends with? Who do you align with now?
I'm friends with anyone who would call me friend. But you see, it is a very dangerous environment, and there is always battle over the resources, in particular, demon ichor of the swamps. But I am friends with Mad Maggie, though. In fact, she wishes me to join her gang, the Knucklebone gang, but I do not wish to do that. I prefer to be free to ride the plains. You see, I once, after some time living here, after my companions abandoned me, I got into some trouble. As you see, I do. And, I eventually sold my soul to a pit fiend. In return for the means to topple a Yugoloth warlord named Yerasto. I took control of Yerasto's warband, and they became my Defilers. Smilers Defilers, they were called. But yes, we gained a lot of power and attracted a lot of attention, and so Bitterbreath and those other nasty warlords, they joined forces. They killed all of my soldiers, my gangmates, and I managed to escape on my devil's ride here, my trusty devil's ride, but I seek revenge, of course. And like I said, it strikes me that if you are in the business of killing warlords, perhaps you would. You mentioned, he kind of looks at Alina. You mentioned you might like to be paid. I could pay you for the heads of these warlords. How does that sound?
What's the going rate for a warlord head these days?
I would pay a soul coin at least for the heads of any of these warlords. Bitterbreath and Feanor and Princeps Kovik.
So as a gesture of good faith, how about for the one we already killed?
Ooh.
You make me laugh. I have no good faith. And you will find few who do in the Avernian wastes.
Alright.
Sorry, what were the names that he said?
Perhaps I could mark some locations on your map if you have one.
Well,
Do you happen
more
to
to
have a
add
map?
those. At least it's a good idea if we're going to be running around a lot and causing all sorts of mischief and mayhem.
Mahkah rolls out the map. And well, it's also good to know where they're located as well. Mahkah will like to roll out the map on the front of the vehicle, whichever one's closer. Maybe the Devil's Ride or the Grinder, like on the hood.
He grabs the map and begins like running away. He's like, ha ha! And then he stops, turns around. He's like, I am only joking. Brings it back, puts it back down.
I just picture, just as he's about to run away, there's like a chunk of someone moving onto the harpoon gun. And they're like, just kidding.
I'm just pulling back the head of the Hell Screamer like...
I mean, if he does have those coins, this could be a lot easier.
I am not so stupid. I have hidden the coins in a location not too far from here, but you would not find them without me.
Does he?
And he's looking back behind the cave. The rock that you're standing on.
The one you just peed off of?
Yeah.
Is it over there?
I was just trying to find the name of... Bitterbreath's gang.
Bastards of Bitterbreath.
I'll have to fill this in later, but he says, I do not know where Bitterbreath himself would be exactly, but he is in control of this area here next to Bell's Forge. And he marks this location here, which he says is, what did I call this location? It is the Sea of Victory. That is what it is known as. It is a great swamp, you see, often when there are battles in Avernus between demons and devils. It will create a swamp where the ichor and the devil rot and the acid rain will begin to turn the ground into mud, and you see then there is ichor to be collected there, and so the warlords are often fighting for control of these sources of ichor. What did I call this place again? I have already forgotten. The Sea of Victory, yes, the Sea of Victory. And Feanor's gang does not have a name. Feanor is too proud, perhaps, to name them. They are simply Feanor's gang. She is a humorless woman. I detest her most of all. I have never seen her smile even once.
You are quite the jolly character, aren't you?
Well, they do call me Smiler for a reason.
It's unnerving.
I was going to say it's unnerving.
Thank you.
Elves don't smile that much.
And Princeps Kovic lives over here, next to the Demon Zapper. The 8th Remnant is the name of his gang. And this lake was called the Swamp of Madness. And as I said, I cannot say if they will be there, but those are their territories.
So if we get the head of these warlords, you will be here to collect?
I will check back with Mad Maggie. I visit there frequently anyway. You can find me there in the bar. But yes.
Okay.
And when he mentions this location next to the Swamp of Madness as well, so I'll put that on your map too. Next to the Demon Zapper.
It's like a bug zapper.
Indeed. Often more demons crawl out of the swamps. Those places are rather dangerous, and demons also come from the Abysswood Way, from upriver, and so the Demon Zapper is placed there in order to take them down like hellflies. Or we just call them flies. But I can tell that you're not from around here, so...
I mean, this soul coin you offer sounds like a fair trade. But we are certainly very busy people. We'll get to this if we can squeeze it into our schedule.
I am optimistic that you might find yourselves in a situation where it is convenient for you to help me. Anyway, if there is nothing else you would like to know about Avernus, perhaps I will see you again at Fort Knucklebone.
You wouldn't happen to know how to get a letter of introduction to Bell himself, would you?
A letter of introduction? Kind of thinks. Let me see. I do know of one who... It is said, rumors say, and I know many rumors, who has a relationship with Bell. Though she should perhaps not, for she is in the service of Zariel. Perhaps if you could find her. Actually, it is funny you ask, because she is at the Demon Zapper. Her name is, Rauzala. She is a Dao. She, Yes?
Did you say a doll?
A Dao.
Oh,
Kind of
Dao.
like a genie, you might call her.
Oh.
Oh, I thought
She
we were
is
trying
a-
to drow.
No, a Dao.
I thought you said a Dao.
Ah, Dao. My Dao. She is from the elemental plane of Earth, I believe, and she made a deal with Zariel some time ago. But she is said to regret the arrangement, and it is rumored she wishes to break her pact with the Archdevil, and rumor has it that she has, like I said, secretly been working for Bell, feeding him information and such. So yes, if you wanted to have a letter of recommendation, that is the only place I can think of.
That seems like a good contact.
Yeah, you know, the enemy of my enemy could be a very useful resource.
Ah, this is also my theory.
Do you know where this Centis may be?
Ah, Ascentus. No, I cannot say that I do. There are rumors that there is a demon lord who has gotten its roots into Avernus somewhere this wood, but I cannot say. I have heard about these flying dissenters that are potentially collecting. Mad Maggie told me about this. They stole her Sadioran transducer. But no, I cannot say. I cannot say where.
But you said Diswoods.
Mad Maggie believes this would, seeing as the creatures flew in that direction.
Very good. If you get any information about this, maybe you could pass it on to Mad Maggie.
Or Ethel. Have you met Ethel?
Oh, yes.
Are you familiar with Ethel? This is Ethel.
Hello.
That does a little wave.
I am becoming increasingly familiar. Perhaps this familiarity
Just want to be sure that
goes
you have
both
a
ways.
comfortable. Ethel, this is creepy man.
Yeah.
Creepy man.
I reach out to shake his hand. I had to say.
Obviously,
I don't want to do that, actually.
Obviously, he doesn't get the reference to the sending stone, so he just is like thinks you're all trying to set him up with Ethel.
Ethel was also lost for a moment. It's just like, okay.
He is rather young.
Perhaps you would like to leave these travelers and come with me back to Mad Maggie's.
I'm good, actually. See you around, man.
Age is deceptive.
I can take you for a walk around Mad Maggie's tree.
As
It
we
is beautiful.
start this next session with the Bachelor Hotel,
Where are you going?
Okay, that is quite enough. That is quite enough. Enough
without
of
saying
enough of
goodbye.
this. Oh,
Get some Ethel.
Ethel leaves
no,
the
stop
party.
this.
She's not. She's like, you know what? This is actually a good plan.
I am now
Okay.
yelling in Elvish. Ah, yeah.
All right. With that, he gets back on his devil's ride. Is there anything else that you wish to ask him?
Tips on travel?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe if you can assist us to the docks.
Are we still going to the docks now?
Oh, maybe.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, at the very least, we're close by the docks. We can hop over, head to Bone Bramble.
Yeah,
You know,
get
maybe
that.
pick up any other useful information. Hop back. If we don't find anything else interesting on this side of Avernus, hop back. Maybe try to get back over. Hop back. Grab our vehicles. If we don't find anything else useful, maybe ride by Princeps Kovic. Deal with that. Head to the Demon Tapper. Make a friend. Hop back over. Maybe get close to the Sea
Lots
of
of
Victory.
popping.
Maybe see if we can kill a bit of. Go to Beltforge. Make a friend. Come back. Find something else.
All right. In terms
Finally have a
of
plan.
in terms of getting to the docks, he just kind of points you in the right direction. He can, mark it on your map. He says that he hasn't seen any immediate threats in the nearby vicinity, but otherwise, he's not really able to give you much else information than that. And is that the only question? Just about navigation in general.
Navigation and weather.
You know,
maybe like,
any way to. Oh, sorry.
no, it's all good. Go ahead. You're building a bond with him, so you just doing your thing.
Just if he knows any way that we could get our vehicles across the river at all. If he's like, there's a secret bridge,
No, you will need to pay the ferryman to get across, I imagine. You might be able to find somebody in the tavern there, the Bagriviak's tavern, perhaps. But generally speaking, these vessels are run by Zariel's forces or Bel's forces, and I do not think you will have access to a large vessel like that.
Oh, maybe instead of heading to Goblin Decks, maybe just go straight to Demon Zapper. Maybe we can kind of like accrue a friendship there. Maybe we might be able to get access to these large vessels at that point then.
Why were we heading to Red Ruth again? Like, I know we're dropping off some boar meat, but were we gonna ask her for an introduction to Bel's Forge?
It was more of like we can ask her to maybe help us to try to discover where a lot of the places that are like very hard to find might be. I think she was like
Mordenkainen and the Wandering Emporium.
Yeah, she's a seer and can locate the Wandering Emporium, Mordenkainen, maybe many other things. She might be able to locate, many things.
I think that information might be pretty useful to us.
Yeah, because, like, okay. What if we get to her last and we need to find the Wandering Emporium at that point, and we can't go back over the river or something? I don't know.
The ferryman will take you back and forth across the river. You will only need to pay a soul coin.
That's what I'm like, but that's what I'm thinking. Like, if this is, it's like I think it's like a good idea to try to do as much stuff that we can do on this side, and then we'll hop back over, because there's a lot more activity that we innately see on this side over than on this side of the river. Because there's like,
okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like the completionist in me is like, do this side and then hop over. Because I don't want to. The idea of like keep paying soul coins to hop back over the river like constantly, that's like my fear is that we're gonna run at it eventually. If that makes sense.
I'm just worried right now we're operating with like some real incomplete information, you know? Like, what if, like, where is the Wandering Emporium? If she could tell us, that might change what our plans are.
So yeah, if we go back to the but the Demon Zapper can also get. Well, okay. So the Bell Forge is for the core, but we could also maybe get the core from the Wandering Emporium. So we don't necessarily have to go to Bell's Forge. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Should we take a vote?
Demon Zapper sounds cool. So that's a point in its favor.
Well, there's also not just the idea of like going to Bell's Forge just to get the core, but it's also an idea to maybe get a possible, I say this in quotations, ally, because from what we recall, Bell and Zariel have a much seated like history. So to complete that goal, we could go to Bell, but I'm also thinking, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So maybe he can provide some additional information or resource that might help us further the end goal as well. If that makes sense. Also, I want to speak to a genie. I think that's fucking cool.
So the real motivation comes out. Just kidding.
I guess, okay. Oh. So if we go back towards the Demon Zapper, sort of along the route we went, maybe? That could work well, because we won't have to navigate.
Yeah, because we can hop over the river again, stop like a little bit before like our hideout, and then just hop across the desert and just. We're going back the way we came, which kind of sucks, but like.
Okay. I can see the logic with that. Yeah. I'm down to do that. What do you guys think?
You want to take a vote?
Yeah.
I will demon zapper. I'm sorry, it's too cool.
It's just too cool.
Yeah, I'll go for demon zapper as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So that's 3.
Just
so I
sad
guess
we
that's-
didn't know about it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like, God damn it.
You could have
That's
asked
the only reason
could've
for
asked
me
the
to still
yugoloths.
want to go to Red Roof is because, like, what if we go to the Demon Zapper and then we go back across and she's like, hey, guess where the Wandering Emporium is? Like, 20 feet to the west of the Demon Zapper. Like, that's where my only concern is.
That's true. That's true.
But I think they're not.
But then we'd have to pay a soul coin. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, the distance between them, like the Demon Zapper and Red Roof from where we are right now, it's like, it's not like it's crazy that. The distance seems pretty comparable for them, so I think it might be worth it to just go over there.
Also, there's a likelihood we could run across someone that we could easily get a soul coin off their head. Possibility, anyway. Like, if we are, depending on how you look at it, unlucky that we ran into another warlord, or lucky that we ran into another warlord.
Okay.
Demon Zapper it is.
Demon Zapper?
Everyone is excited.
Demon Zapper!
Okay. We'll say that you can move another 3 points without us having to go through the shift. So which direction do you want to move?
Closer, back through here. Closer going back to the lake,
Okay.
so that we don't navigate through hard.
So 1,
2,
2,
2,
3.
3.
3. Okay, cool. And so if you want to just burn another 6 demon ickies. Unless you burned 8 before. I don't think you...
No.
Okay, cool.
I burnt 2.
Nice. Alright, back the way we came. Okay, new shift. What are your activities? I guess we're traveling. I imagine.
Yes.
So yeah, just go ahead and post your activities.
I'll keep driving.
I will.
Can we follow? Like, I'm just trying to work out if it should be navigator if we're close to the lake. If it's a waste of an activity. Like, are we into autopilot yet?
Not yet.
Okay, I'll stay navigator.
But in terms of finding tracks, if you took an active shift, you'd find the tracks automatically. Because they're your own tracks. But you would need to take an active shift to do that. And you're pretty close to the lake, so that's up to you.
Oh, look, I think it's worth it if it speeds up travel.
Yeah.
Do you want to do an active shift? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if like one person can take tracking and the other people can just take foraging to get resources.
Yeah.
Can maybe I can assist with the tracking? Is that possible?
Yep. Oh, you don't need to do that because the tracks you'll find. You'll find them automatically.
You're right. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, finding your
Okay.
own tracks is automatic. If it's, I think what I wrote is if it's within your own hex, but this is fine. We're still kind of in the hex. Okay. Maybe just write what you want to assist with, although it's okay this time, but just in future.
Okay, sure.
I'll make sure to stay with our machines while everyone's foraging. I'm holding the keys.
Okay, so one of you would need to assist the Sentinel.
I'll assist.
Oh, wait.
It's fine. It's fine. I just changed mine.
Oh, okay, sweet. Cool.
Oh, sorry.
That's alright.
No, it was me.
So, what do we got? Okay, so Tracker. Tracker's automatic.
Yeah, that's automatic. That was after.
And so,
Come here.
Kenway, give me for the ichor a survival check.
All right. And this is a. Oh, go ahead.
At advantage.
Oh yeah, if you're assisting, yes. Good advantage.
Right.
I see. I already. That's why I was saying. I already forgot. Oh my god, it's like a fucking sieve. This old brain.
No.
Okay, so 18. We're in the hills. Where are the hills? The DC is 18. Oh, nice. Okay. So you find some demon ichor. So with the demon ichor, basically this is just like a pool of demon ichor on the ground, and it's kind of it's a muddy little area, and much of the ichor is mixing in with the earth and this dirt and sand. But you feel like it's a sort of a thick enough, deep enough puddle that you can extract some ichor from it. But whoever does that, you've never. I think Lulu has warned you that coming into contact with demon ichor can cause problems. But you'll need a vial, and then you'll need to try to handle it with caution, Kenway.
Quick question.
Yep.
Would we have
What?
empty jerry cans?
That's what I was just asking. Because of all the demon ichor we spent for like all the journey, did we just have a collection of that?
Yeah, that's fine. So I guess we'll have to say, well, that's interesting. Might have to keep track of the... but yeah, that's fine. So you have vials / jerry cans.
Right.
So, where am I? Number of vials. Okay.
I'm not sure if I don't know if this is...
You
If I'm
reckon
in
you
the air
can-
attack.
Oh, sorry.
I was
What?
going to say, if you use like a cloth, like a Hessian sack, as a filter, so it's a bit more pure, so you don't get all dirt and other crap in there.
Yeah, like you can do... That's probably the sort of stuff that you'll need to do to get the ichor.
Okay.
So you probably won't be able to get any more, but you can get 8 vials of ichor. But... Kenway, who I assume is collecting this ichor, give me something.
I'll happily give you something.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh,
And you just don't want a nat 1, that's all.
oh, why you have to say something like that? Why? Why?
If I'm with Kensei, is there any way I can help?
Oh, so are you with Kensei? Yeah,
Because I
you
am
are.
assisting with the search for the demon ichor.
Yes. Okay. Give me the sleight of hand check at advantage.
Boundary, please. Please.
It's so funny that it's not me because it's impossible for me to roll a nat 1 on that.
I mean, it's pretty much impossible for you to get a nat 1 when you're rolling at advantage.
Well, yeah.
When-
Foundry has given us like 2 natural 20s with
Have you seen
and
us
2 natural 1s with advantage.
I have like 3 like ones.
Ooh.
maybe I would...
So I'd say.
I don't know. That makes it too unlikely for me for this fun of getting the demon ichor on your hands to ever happen. I might reassess the difficulty of doing that, but well, for now, that's fine.
I mean, also, technically later, if someone else wants to, they could, like, in theory, like, mage hand it too, wouldn't they?
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm not with you, but I'd mage hand it.
Yes, that could work. Scooping it, you probably wouldn't really need to filter it. Yeah, that's true. I think the mage hand would get you a safe collection. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There is, and what else were we doing? That was the demon, the oil, the assist. Okay, Sentinel doesn't see anything. So Lurker, that just basically means you can kind of be hidden if anything happens, but nothing happens, and there's no combat, so the defender doesn't need to do anything either. So that is the shift over. So next shift.
On the road again.
Weather holds strong. And let me just.
Does anyone else want to ride the Devil's Ride? Just out of curiosity. I don't want to.
No.
Okay. Just making sure. I don't want to feel like I'm hogging the thing.
I'm afraid of it.
Okay, and we've been here before, but I'll just roll to see if there's anything hanging about.
Uh-oh.
No.
It's not relevant, it's just 3 roll tables.
We run away. We turn around and run away.
But one will be something, though. Let me see. Okay. Actually, because you... Yeah, no, you don't see anything. Nothing this time. And... Okay. Choose your activities. Post your activities.
Oh, so we
And
should
we're on
probably
shift
sleep
4.
now.
So you've got 3 more shifts.
Oh, okay. 3 more shifts.
Did we move? Yeah, right?
Yeah, we're now moving. Because we
Yeah.
found the track, so we don't have to do the navigation.
Right. I guess just Sentinel again.
So...
Just stick with driving. Oh, never mind. We can switch.
So with the tracks, yeah, you can just follow them. Sweet.
Wait, so
Yeah.
last shift, well, were we here at the last shift?
Yes. This is that was the active shift. We're now beginning the shift where you're going to start moving.
Oh, I thought we already went through the shift we started moving.
Yeah,
With
I
the
thought so
action
too.
station, Sentinel, Helm Demon's Ride, and then we did like the...
Oh, the Helm Demon Ride was just me. This was this shift as we're moving. The Sentinel and was...
Yeah,
I
because
thought
you
we
guys
moved
just
too.
looked for like Demon Ichor and stuff like that. You haven't moved. That was an active
because
shift.
the tracker is when you have to be stationary.
Yep. This is now you're starting a new shift and you're going to do a
Yes.
traveling shift.
So
I'm
we
with
did
Anna.
that. Oh,
No,
no,
we're doing that now. No, we're doing that now.
Yeah.
I haven't moved you yet. I'll
Oh,
move you in a moment.
I posted Sentinel without too early.
No, you did the right thing. We pick the activities before we move. Because I want to know what you're doing while you move for these next 4 points.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm confused too. It's okay.
I
It's
mean,
late.
did I
Our minds
I
are
might have screwed it
fried.
up. I might have screwed it up, but I'm pretty sure the last shift was an active shift because we were looking for Demon Ichor and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then I
so we
thought-
found the Demon Ichor.
Yep, that was that shift. That was that shift. So now we're beginning the next shift.
So wait, sorry.
Okay.
I'm looking in the tracker.
Okay.
And I'm scrolling up, and the sleight of hand check was with the Ichor.
Yep.
And then Lady Jinx posted Action Station, Sentinel, Helm's Demon's Ride.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know why you put... Yeah, I guess you guys just posted that immediately.
oh, okay. So we just posted Action Station and Sentinel. We thought okay.
I think
Oh,
so.
those are for...
we thought it was the next shift already.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because you said the weather held up, and then you said
Right.
close.
I think I just got confused.
Yeah, the weather held up, and then I was
And then
looking
we're
to see
gonna
if
move.
there were any environmental things
Right.
And so,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't realize that you had posted them. But yeah,
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
that's all right. Okay.
Alright, I have a normal rules question.
Okay.
It says that if I'm concentrating, I can do surveying with my familiar.
Yes.
Can I do that while we're in the war machines? Okay. Then I will do that with Batcat.
Yeah, so with the war... Can you do that with the war machine is... Let me see. Concentrator, you can also be a surveyor. The surveyor here... There's no surveyor. I think... Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't put surveyor in here. Because generally you wouldn't be able to do that, but I can see a way that you might be able to do that with your familiar. I think that's just accidentally been left in here because I've been...
Oh, okay.
But I can also see like why you would be able to do that, so... I mean... I think it might... Let me see, because surveyor... Let's just...
It's just, like,
I think
looking,
I think in
right?
this case, let's say that you can't do that, and I'll reassess that. Just so we can kind of finish up this shift so we can end the session. Okay. Okay. I rolled a random encounter, but I'm just going to ignore that because we're at the end of the session. So the only thing we need to do in that case is whoever's navigating, give me a survival check.
Oh, I thought since we did the tracker, we don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. You're right. You don't have to do that. And so we can move. So we're just gonna. Oh my god, hold on.
And we're following terrain which we're familiar with as well, so...
Okay, so you're just kind of going back the way you came. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're like moving along the lake. And burn for me, please, another 8 ichors.
Done.
And let me just... I need to give myself a note to remember to keep track of the soul coin fuel. Okay. And there is no damage, the weather is fine, there is no combat. Alright, we'll end the session there. As we head back the way we came towards the Demon Zapper.
Demon Zapper!
Good work, banker. Keeping track of all the stuff.
Very good.
Good games.
A pleasure doing business with you all.
I guess Jean Lemore, like growing up as like a prince to the Rat King.
I'm
probably...
very familiar with the coin. Wish I could do that thing where you like flip the coin through your like knuckles. That's cool.
You've just been practicing in the
yeah.
What are you doing? Just rolling soul coins around?
It's like, oh my god,
Going
so
trick.
bad. So
I just have my mage hand like underneath your hand waiting, just in case you try.
you could use a gold coin instead, please.
Yeah.